earlier than that, or at least written an idea of where they could be.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean
better.
earlier than session 1?
Yeah, because I didn't write it earlier because there wasn't a Dungeon Master's guide for long enough.
I see.
Basically, or the 2024 Dungeon Master's
Wait,
guide.
oh, so you're saying it just needed to be more fleshed out?
Yeah, I needed to flesh it out more, and I might do that. I might not. I'm not going to hold myself to that standard, though. Okay. So, sorry.
Honestly, very real and relatable of you, Coolant.
Yeah, Caleb got it right. That is basically what happened. For 2 hours, we traveled from one tavern to one keep, killed some bad guys, and then we concluded our session. So, with that, you guys have just barely cleared out the dungeon. Each of you acquired a magical item. Most notable of them being a cantrip spell scroll that 3 people have now had access to. But yeah, so I guess any questions about last session, or I guess before we get going?
Did you... do you remember the thing that I got?
No.
Okay, then I guess I lost it. Lamau. I picked it up.
Was like a drop of my love potion.
Oh wait, no.
Drinks.
Potion of gaseous form. That's what it was.
There you go. Potion of gaseous form.
I was like, well,
so
guess I lost that item forever.
Ace's the alchemist jug. Logan was the cantrip thunder wave, and then Caleb was the love potion, and Turnbull was potion of gaseous form.
Caleb,
the love potion's a nice one. You can do a lot of shenanigans with that should the right situation come up.
I put a drop of my love potion in everyone's drinks before breakfast.
Hon.
Caleb and I essentially just got the exact same potion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, music! I am turning music on right now.
Whose music and why are you turning them on?
Oh.
What are we chatting about? Oh.
Oh, wait. That's not it.
Also, Chase, did you see my absolute struggle in the freaking Twitch chat?
Well, yo? What the crap did you do?
It's because the link wasn't posting, and then I figured I figured out the problem.
I was like, I pull up D&D Beyond for 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, that was a long 5 minutes talking.
Yeah.
All right. So, if we have no questions, we're going to pick up exactly where you left off. So you guys are in the dungeon with Gotsmead, who basically has just told you that we've successfully cleared the last of this keep, basically.
So Gottschmied is here, though.
Gottschmied?
Gottschmied.
So we met up with him, and he was like, before we go any further, we need to go clear this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we've cleared it out, I'm gonna go up to Gottschmied and say, oh, what was my voice? Oh, I was just Beetlejuice. All right, Gottschmied, so what's up? What'd you get us here for?
So, Gotsmead is going to say, well, I suppose because you asked, we should go to a more comfortable area to discuss the exact intricacies. But I need to know that you guys are in before we talk too much about it. I know this is not standard, but I need to make a deal with you before I describe the exact intricacies.
I think Phelan's just going to kind of look over towards Braylon and see how he feels about it.
Let's see. Well, with what we've discussed before, Godsmead, I would say that if you are able to help me with my goals, I will be willing to help you.
Of course. I intend to help you with your goals as they pertain to the mission, the plan. I detailed to some of you what exactly that entails, uh, rather the exact personal pertinence that this mission would have to your individual desires and wants. Uh, he's going to say, I know some of you are interested about the Paragon. This could cripple the Paragon if we successfully do what we want to do here.
You say that it could. What are the actual chances that it does?
I'm not an expert on the interworkings of the Paragon. So the chances, from what I understand about them, is this could cripple them, but if they have a backup plan or something going on that I'm not aware of, that could cause this to be a setback rather than crippling, I suppose.
Braylon, what do
But
you
either way, it will damage them.
Braylon, what are you thinking? You think we do it?
I think so. What would be the first step in your goals, Godsmead? Can you give us some more information? Actually, that's you were asking before you went on. You wanted to know if we were in, right?
Yes.
So, yes, I think this will further our goals. If you are in, Anthier, sorry,
Amphalin.
Did you just call me
Amphalin, thank you.
Anteater? I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Yes, my Anteater friend. If you are in, I am in.
He could be.
Yeah, I think in that case, Phelan's just gonna give like a solemn nod to Gotchmead saying we're in.
All right, he's going to look at Vilsarius and Hawthorne.
Yes, I am in,
And
as one
Hawthorne.
would say.
Yeah, Vilsarius!
Protein.
Protein!
Yeah, football.
Protein.
Hawthorne is going to kind of just let his head hang for a moment as he considers. And he's going to say, what do you know of my history? What do you know of me and who I am?
If you are not opposed, do you want me to air all of your secrets in front of everyone? Then let us hurry and get somewhere private before I do this. And he's going to kind of lead you to his quarters on an upper level in the castle. He's taken what would be like a scholarly mage's quarters, which is at the top of one of the taller spires of this keep.
Remind me what castle this isn't Rindwald, right?
This isn't Rindwald. This
was going to be our castle, but
Right.
it's not.
This is unmarked
Sorry.
in the map. It is to the northeast of the village Pine Grove
Okay.
in the mountains, but it's not marked on the map. Sorry.
Can I also just ask lore wise, what is the state of Rindwald? Because that was the one where like the castle fell down on the king because of the lich.
Yeah, Rindwald is gone.
Okay.
Basically, there's a settlement by the river to the east of where Rindwald once was. That is it kind of where like some of the people have reestablished themselves. But most of the Rindwald people have actually moved into Botanica. There's kind of an exodus that the good queen orchestrated to get them there.
Has Botanica started to like grow over into Rindwald area?
No, Botanica is in the Dunes area. It's a kingdom in the Dunes area.
Mm.
If it had grown over to Rindwald, that would be like a countrywide city.
Well, I
kind
thought
of.
wasn't the original Botanica in that area?
Closer to Rindwald, yes, but both have been destroyed
Okay.
because the Lich overtook both of them in Campaign 1. So New Botanica, rather, is where the dunes are, and that's
Okay.
where
And that's
those
where
two
former
kingdoms have kind
Rindwaldians
of,
are.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and former old Botanicans, I suppose. Uh, so Gotsmead leads you up here, and he has a table that has a series of chairs that surround it, and he has a bunch of papers littered all over the place. You see maps, papers written in different languages, etc. And he sits down and he says, Hawthorne, I know who you are because I know your proximity to something or someone who's going to be important to us soon. You're an Oddleaf, correct?
I am.
Then I suppose you will be close to, or at least have a greater understanding of something called Ethlodir, correct?
I do.
That will become important as time goes on.
And if you guys were watching or looking at Hawthorne as the name of Ethlodir is brought up, you'll see this brief moment of sadness flash across his face. And then after a brief moment, it'll go away. But then he'll say, I am not in good standing with the rest of my family.
Well, once I detail my plan in just a few moments, it'll make a lot of sense why good or bad standings with your family don't really matter. It's time to make amends. Uh, Gotsmead is going to pull out a large journal that he slams down. It's a journal that has like compiled pieces. It's basically a tome at this point. But he places this large tome on the table and he starts opening it. And he is going to begin to tell you guys about his plan. And he's going to start by detailing the events that he understands of Campaign 1, the parts where he was there, the parts where he interacted with the Lich, and then he's going to say, uh, explain basically about the end, where he's like, after the Lich was defeated, the good Queen and Botanica opened a portal to the Infernal Plane to cause the end of Aesoldor, which I'm not sure how caught up you guys are, but the Lich was an agent of Aesoldor, and the Lich's plan was to open portals to allow Aesoldor to travel betwixt planes easily. Give me just a sec, I gotta blow my. He says, but the good queen had not thought of something that I believe to have gotten additional knowledge about. Uh, and he goes, everyone is familiar with the events of the Shattering, correct? The ancient
Yes.
Shattering. Well, when the planes were shattered and split amongst into the places they must be by Eris's power, Aesoldor was also split. Each piece of his kingdom was given a ruler who would own and operate and control this domain. Each of those rulers is a piece of Aesoldor, a component, a part of a whole, rather. And he's going to say, This has significantly decreased Aesildor's full power as he is in the Nine Hells. But if Aesildor were to reunite himself with each of these components, then he would slowly become more and more powerful to reassert his domain. There's one catch, though. One of the reasons that Aesildor is not powerful enough to do this now is because he is not powerful enough to sustain interaction with an ancient artifact known as the Arcana Potentia. An artifact that can change and warp the nature of magic itself and change the entire world in the matter of an instant, in seconds. But
That quest is one that will bring only heartache. We cannot
well,
endeavor in finding the Arcana Potentia.
as much as I do want your input, Hawthorne, if the heroes who are sent into the infernal plane do not either A, have the Arcana Potentia for themselves, or B, ensure that Aesildor does not interact with the Arcana Potentia, then there will be no hope for any of us beyond the Arcana Potentia. We will all die as soon as he interacts with that. He will have won the moment he gets his mangy claws on that item.
And where is this item?
Well,
That's
that
the ultimate question.
exactly.
One in which several of my family members died. And one in which separated me from my family.
Because you were against searching for it, or
No, because we searched together and couldn't find it.
so
I
Godsmeed, what
cannot
makes
see
you...
how this search would be any different from that last endeavor.
Yeah, Godsmeed, what makes you think that we can find it? What has changed?
Hawthorne, your father was right. He was the closest anyone.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Blessed. Bless you,
Bless you
times
again.
Salud,
two.
amigo. Salud.
I touch you and give you bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He says, "Oh dear, I'm gonna get a third one. Give me just.
Breathe through your nose.
I
That
can't. It's
Christmas tree you
plugged.
brought in.
Oh no.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Uh, so he's going to say, Hawthorne, your father was closer than anyone else has ever been. But he didn't have all the pieces of the puzzle, of which I believe I have gotten. In 12 years of searching, directly searching, I have found two pieces of information that will hopefully guide us toward the Arcana Potentia. The first is a poem, and the second is a name, both of which Hervin Oddleaf had located and input into his journals, which his son, Hucon Oddleaf, donated to the Silver Monastery. The poem reads as follows, and he's going to flip a couple pages into his journal. Then he's going to read, Beneath the thrones of Fey Kings four, parts of one you must restore, once united with one ambition, pointing now to the resting position. He says, and lastly is a name, Ethlidir. He says, I have located Ethlidir, and I need someone who is skilled enough to wield it, or advise someone who has it in their possession to wield it correctly. And second, I need a group of people who are driven and ambitious enough to follow me into the Feywild and locate these four parts beneath the Fey King's thrones.
There is one issue with this plan.
Yes,
Ethledir may only be wielded by someone it deems worthy.
yes.
And who is more worthy than the man who stands before you? Godsmeed is nothing but the worthiest of men I've found.
I appreciate the kind words, but the sword has already chosen someone. Ethledir has already chosen someone. And that is one of the people who has also been invited to this convention. When she arrives, we will need to begin the process of forgiveness so we can advance this quest.
Who is
Well.
this person?
I don't know, but
Who is
Braylon,
this
you better forgive her.
She's
I don't
my
know what I need to
niece.
forgive her about.
Your niece.
Yeah, I don't forgive her. She broke my heart.
I used my love potion on her.
She goes, yes, your progeny of your brother. Yes, this is who we speak of. Harper Oddleaf is her name. When she gets here, Hawthorne, once she knows who you are, she will try to kill you.
Oh.
That is what will happen. That is almost a guarantee. So if you all would like to join Hawthorne, at least for the time being, in pretending he is someone else until we have her trust, this could advance our plan further, unless we wanted to break the ice all at once. Whatever it is you would like to do, you have my support, albeit if choosing the latter from a distance.
It's really whatever
Uh,
Hawthorne wants to do.
I'm just gonna metagame a little and say my character is very, very, very stupid. He's low intelligence, so I was like, I might RP that he's willing to act like he's someone else, but if I roll a check and he fails, don't get mad at me.
I will say I have tried to lie to my family in the past to get close to them. And I've tried to tell them the truth of that day. But it is as if they do not wish to know the truth. But we may try once again.
Of course.
For the time being, tell her that my name... And you'll see this this little grin pop onto his face. Give me just a moment.
Random name.
I lean over to and Phelan. So, what do you think he did to her for her to want to kill him?
Well, you know, I almost killed my sister once
Oh,
because she took the last cookie. I was really
Oh.
pissed. So I think he might have taken the
That's
last
serious
cookie. Yeah,
Could've
I
been
think
both
that's what
like
it
that.
is.
Bilsarius, you have any input? And you see I'm trying to stifle a laugh.
I don't know what he's done, but I fear that if contention arises in the future because of this moment, it would impede on our quest more so than right here, right now.
To get it out of the way might be the best way to coming up later in a dire situation.
That's what I would advise.
Or maybe it's something even worse, like he tripped her in grade school or something like that.
For the time being, tell her that my name is Galen Stardrop.
Oh wow.
I advise against this.
That'll be easy because we got Braylon and Phelan and Galen. That'll be good. I like it.
And Godsmeed.
And Godsmeed, that also rhymes.
And Vilsarius.
And Vilsarius, that all of our names rhyme.
I would have to say I agree with Vilsarius. Coming clean and being up front might be better than misleading her.
If
Her
this-
feud is an old feud. One that has stood for 800 years.
Whoa.
And you guys will know, I'm a
Mm.
human. Humans don't
Mm.
typically live 800 years.
Mm.
But I'll say, it was one that I shared with her, the father of her fathers.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Gotsmead's going to say, I cannot stress how important Ethledir is to this mission. If we are to continue forth with it, and any bargain I have promised you is to be fulfilled, Ethledir must be present.
And remind me what Ethledir will do for us.
It's this sword.
Well, Ethledir is a blade. I
Right.
know not fully what Ethledir is. I just know that it is a blade, and that Hervin wrote that it was important, and that he needed to use it. That
To
is
get
what
to the
I know.
Arcana Potential. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Right.
He
So-
referred to it as many things: a weapon, a key, a spell casting, amplifying, whatever. But
Right.
it.
Okay.
So if in his notes he says that Hervin must use it, why do we got a girl coming here?
Because Hervin was
Because-
the original of Ethledir. No longer. His time has since passed.
I just wanted to be known that as a player, I knew that. I'm just playing my character stupid.
Oh, we understand.
Okay.
I know you're dumb.
Well, this is
Hervin,
what.
my father, lived 800 years ago. He has long since passed. And there are secrets that I know of Ethledir that may come in handy. But, like I said before, Ethledir chooses its wielder. So if we cannot convince Harper to join us, and there is no hope, because Ethledir is like a glove. If it does not fit, the weapon cannot be wielded.
Well, if
We
this
must.
is how you want to go about it, I'll support you, even if I think it's unwise.
At some point, Harper will have to know the truth. That is the underlying reality of this. It is a matter of if it is smarter to gain her trust before telling her the truth, or telling her the truth immediately and hoping she's willing to give her trust after. The Oddleafs have become very skeptical, very paranoid.
Well,
And I'm
what would
assuming
you
she
like to do,
knows.
Hawthorne?
I'm assuming she knows the weight of these choices and
Of
the
this
blade
mission?
that she wields.
No, she does not. I could not jeopardize telling her in letter.
Well, she knows what Ethledir is, correct?
She knows of Ethledir, but I do not believe that any Oddleaf, albeit Hervin and Hawthorne, have any idea of what role it has to play with the Arcana Potentia.
Does she currently have Ethledir right now?
Yes.
Oh,
does she?
fancy.
Yes.
So
It has been passed down. Typically, Ethledir chooses the eldest child of the previous holder. As long as they are honorable, there are few exceptions.
are we going to be telling her the plan when she arrives?
Yes, but if we must keep Hawthorne's identity secret, then we must also to keep Hawthorne's direct involvement and mentorship secret. We need to allow Hawthorne to work that on her in his own time.
Well, Hawthorne, what would you like to do?
If I know anything, I know my family. I have known many Oddleafs. I've kept tabs on them all my 800 years. This is not a grudge that will die overnight. If you would all help me, I would have us work with Harper without revealing my identity to her.
And what was the name you picked for yourself?
Call me, and you'll see a wistful grin, or like a look of nostalgia and sadness cross over his his face, and he'll say, call me Galen Stardrop.
I don't like it, but I will follow through what you desire.
You have a family then, do you?
I did once. I'm alone
And
now.
would you... And Hawthorne will go over and put a hand on your shoulder and he'll say, I understand that sorrow, and my heart yearns for you. But if we wish to protect the legacy of this world, we cannot allow personal grudges to get in the way.
That is why I'm afraid of it coming, the truth coming out at a pivotal moment in our quest, and it's being ruined because of a lie that we have kept.
The truth will reveal itself eventually. It always does. But right now,
Oh,
the truth would do more damage than good. And that's all he'll say about it.
Okay.
I'm sorry to anyone who just saw the snot literally like flow out of my nose.
Honestly, I was looking at Caleb's stream to make sure that he noticed that Logan changed his name and needed to switch him. So you're good. I wasn't watching that. I was doing mod stuff.
All of your viewers, though, Caleb saw it.
Yeah, they probably did see it.
Do you know who
Turbo, can
didn't
you
see it
edit
though?
That out?
Harper.
She didn't. Turbo, can you edit that out, please, right now?
No,
Edit that out.
I don't
please,
want to.
Please.
I don't want to. Listen, Caleb's my boss. I listen to him.
Caleb, can you tell Turbo to edit that out right now, please?
No, I will not be doing that. I think it's perfect the way it is. Just like me.
Let's you know what, Cooland? Let's stop this campaign and do a new campaign where we're all US politicians.
What a fun campaign.
what a genius idea, Turble. Shut up. As that conversation kind of comes to an end, I want to walk up to Hawthorne and like put him in like kind of a headlock, but not really, and be like,
Don't listen to what that small green man is saying. I don't think you're an odd leaf. I think you're a perfectly normal leaf.
You better give
Your
people
kind words do you credit, my friend.
And yours, your highness.
When does Harper get here?
Gotsmead is going to say, Harper will not meet us here. She will meet us in Litmos on Udrand, because the first part of our mission includes having to find a way to get to the Feywild, interplanar teleportation, which is an extraordinarily difficult thing. Very difficult. And I believe Braylon has quite the understanding of teleportation.
I have notes on it.
Asa, I have
You could
no
say
idea.
it's been my life's work, or at least the past 8 years.
And Phelan's gonna get like really excited and be like, don't be so humble. And then he's gonna realize that he's like about to explain everything, and he's gonna be like, he did something really cool one time.
I like the in-between world of Beetlejuice and Grunkle Stan.
Thank you.
And Phelan.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Does that make me Ford then?
to some extent.
Okay.
Actually, literally.
Yeah, it's literally I'm Grunkle Stan and you're Grunkle Ford. That's literally what it is.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Huge.
Huge.
Dang, we actually just made the two Gravity Falls. Wow, go on, say son. we stole creative grounds without even realizing it.
Exactly. Great. We
So
also have two we have a nephew and a niece.
Yeah, yeah.
finally,
Look 'em up later.
Godsmeet is going to pull out of a pouch a small black stone. That Braylon, you would recognize this as the catalyzing element. If you have the machine to begin the teleportation, you know the incantation that would unlock basically the power locked in this to move you to a different plane. You just would need a machine, basically.
Well,
My body
I
is a
know.
machine that turns small black rocks into another location.
well, I know where we can find a machine.
Raylan, do you know how to teleport bread?
He snaps his fingers and a piece of bread appears near him.
No, you can't teleport bread.
No.
No.
This is all wrong. Godsmeed will say, aside from the fact that the machine that you had built is all but destroyed, perhaps...
Oh, was it? Okay, that's right.
Yeah, perhaps there is another answer. In Udrand, near... on the opposite side of the continent from the low. Let me hurry and pull up the map.
Yeah,
So y'all
pull it up. You want to stream it, or I'll just pull it up from my
The
phone?
low.
You can just stream
The
it.
low.
What about the high?
Oh, do you want me to stream it?
Yeah, you can stream it,
Okay.
or you can just pull it up for yourselves, whatever works.
The map. I have the map on my stream.
Oh, sick.
Oh, do you?
Well, aren't you cool?
I am
Wow.
cool. Come look.
Turbo, edit that out.
Caleb, can I edit that
I
out?
don't want people...
No.
Well, guess what? I'm a terrible employee anyway. Edited.
Slash unmod turbo.
Ash baby meme.
Oh, Coolin.
Yeah,
Tell Gwen that she looks really pretty and I like her hair.
I won't tell her that.
You
You're not hitting on my girl.
Tell Gwen to use the love potion.
Gwen, Logan says you look nice.
No.
Logan said you
let's
look
see.
nice.
So we're over here. Let's see. Actually, where are we? We're in the last watch, or
You guys are in the mountains by Pine Grove. North of Ohm, west of Pine Grove.
okay, like we're here. This little guy.
Let's see.
I gotta do this.
Wait, you
Yeah.
mean
Never
east
mind.
of Pine Grove?
East, yes, sorry.
Oh, east. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're
There.
over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
You're
right,
where
right.
Leif's village is.
Oh, interesting.
That's where
Hey.
Dravai's buried.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's where I laughed at his grave.
Yeah. And Wager was like,
Good
"You're being,"
Lord.
and Wager was like, "You're being a real jackass, pal."
All of a sudden, Hawthorne wants to punch, Veristillion. Yes.
So
Very-
you said,
Thesaurus.
where is
So-
it that you just said?
So Godsmeet says, in the ancient lore, it is said that giants guarded the gates between the plains. There's only one giant ruin on all of the mainlands, and that is the Overgiven, which is to the west of the low. Uh,
West of
Godsmead
the
goes. Godsmead goes to explain that he believes that those ruins are some kind of ancient teleportation circle using giant magic, which he believes could substitute as the machinery you use
Okay.
to teleport.
Okay.
Anybody who wants to, go ahead and roll an insight check and tell me your
Ooh,
results.
let your dumbest character do it. I got this.
Well, I think
Gotcha.
I'll do it.
Yep.
No,
Anyone
he
who'd
said
like
just me.
to.
He just said me.
Oh, okay.
He said just me.
That's how dumb he is.
I got a 12.
12.
Insight.
That's pretty smart.
Well, it was a
Anyone who
13, but I
thinks
have a
they would
minus
be-
1.
Anyone who thinks they would be reasonably skeptical of Godsmead.
Oh, I did not get a 12.
I'm not skeptical.
I'm not skeptical. Okay.
Okay.
Godschmied.
So is anyone, I guess, skeptical about this at all?
Nah.
Is he? Can I
No.
at least see if he's nervous or if he is
Yeah,
confident
you can
with his plan?
you can roll an insight on Godsmead.
Okay.
And while he's rolling that, I have a question about Godschmied from Campaign 1.
Yeah.
From our characters in Campaign 1, is it presumed that Godschmied has some type of control over time?
I think that your characters in campaign 1 would think that whatever is going on, there were two Godsmeeds at the same
That's
time
right.
of different ages in the same place, and one didn't want the other to see them.
Right.
I forgot
Right.
what went down with that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I got a 7 on the insight. It's not really much I'm looking for, just to see if he's nervous. or not.
Godsmeed doesn't look nervous. He looks extraordinarily tired.
Okay. Are you going to accompany me
Do
out,
I?
Godsmead,
Oh.
or are you going to stay here and rest?
I will accompany you.
Okay.
I will follow you on your journeys.
And how old does he look?
It is actually hard to tell how old Godsmead looks.
Hmm.
Like, I guess other than the picture I sent in the tavern,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell exactly how old he is.
No worries.
And in that moment, after Braylon, is that your name, Asa?
Braylon? Yeah.
After Braylon points out that Godsmead looks tired, Thorn will kind of look at Godsmead, and he'll just kind of, I don't know. His eyes will soften towards Godsmead, and he'll say, "Do not push yourself beyond your capacity. It never ends well."
Godsmead will look at you, and Hawthorne, go ahead and roll an insight check on Godsmead as well.
Nat one.
A nat 1. You look at Godsmead, and you see someone who is broken. But Godsmead says, I will push myself as much as is necessary to make this happen. And Godsmead is going to stand up at this point and say, albeit you are correct to some extent, Hawthorne, I am tired. I must retire for the evening. All of you, make yourself at home. Please ask the people anything you would require of them. But for now, we will strike out tomorrow to go to Litmos and meet our next companion, Harper Oddleaf. And then you see that he stands up, he closes his journal, he leaves it on the table. Actually, he's going to close his journal and take it with him. Everybody roll a perception check as he closes his journal.
Ooh, that's no bueno.
19.
19,
7.
7.
10.
10,
11.
11. So the only person who notices is Hawthorne. As he closes his journal, you see a few pages near the end, and knowing this is a journal, the closer to the end, the more recent the writing is, basically. You see that the writing is no longer in common, it's in infernal. And Gotsmead gets up and he goes and retires to his room. Everyone else, including Hawthorne, you guys notice as Gotsmead gets up to leave, a letter has fallen out of his journal, a sealed letter that is flipped down on the table. So if you wanted to see who it was to, you would have to flip it over and see the name on it.
I want to flip it over.
Do ya? You
Yeah.
die. Get DM'd, Turble, and that's how you DM, ladies and
As I'm dying, I Thrycreen telepathy to Asa's character, and I say, "Remember me."
Say goodbye.
Stop it.
So when you flip it over, you see that it says Jeremiah, Grand Arcanomancer of Botanica. And it is a sealed, unopened letter.
I'm gonna say,
Ew, this dude's romancing some Arcano stuff.
and then I'm gonna open it up.
All right. You see that the letter is addressed. So it's a letter that Gotsmead has written but never sent. And it's mainly an invitation to come to the meeting that you just had. But at the end, it says, "If you can find it in your heart to forgive me what I have done, I would greatly appreciate your help on this mission. Love, Gotsmead." And then that's the end of the letter, basically.
Who
Whoa.
was it meant to go to?
Jeremiah, the Grand Arcanomancer of Botanica.
I take it none of you know who this Jeremiah is.
Not a clue. Well,
Would
you
I
guys-
know of him?
You guys would have heard of the Arcanomancer, basically the great artificer of Botanica. They're thought the only person to have rivaled this guy's technological knowledge, or rather, let me put it another way: the only person to have ever rivaled the Amp's technological and mechanical understanding is Jeremiah. Of course, he's still below the Amp, but he is doing things that only the Amp had been able to do before, like create mechanical guardians and create weaponry that, basically exceeds anything that people had been using.
I'll just say that no, I never knew him, but I had a friend who greatly admired him.
Well, good for you,
Trouble at
Braylon.
home.
Good for you, Braylon. Hey, Braylon. Hey, Braylon. Hey, listen, Braylon.
What?
Give me that cock.
And Phelim and Braylon 100 years. And
Oh
um,
no. Go back to
anyways,
the
sorry about that, Asa.
Well-
You were speaking when
Oh, I just simply said that no, I don't know this Arcanomancer personally, but I had a friend that greatly idealized,
Wait,
admired him.
idolized.
wait.
Idolized him.
Wait. Was this friend at Brightonstone?
I'm trying to remember. No, he wasn't. He was not.
Peanut brittle. I was thinking if he could, then maybe we could see if he knew where he was, but I guess not. Does anyone here know where he is?
I don't.
Damn it. Well, that's all I got. I'm going to bed.
and I go to bed.
I as well am going to retire.
Wait, no, you can't.
For bread.
Wait, you can't retire. We just started.
Yes, I can.
No.
I retire to the woods and.
Well,
All right,
Alright.
so me and Vilsarius are going to bed
Okay. And there was nothing you
together.
guys wanted to discuss as a group before you went to bed, or did you just want to go to
Yeah,
bed?
if anyone
I'm
wants
cool
to,
with either way. I was
yeah, if
just
anyone wants to
curious.
talk to Phelan before he goes to bed, feel free. I'll
Same with
retcon what I just
Vilsarius.
did, but I'm good. I'm going to bed. I don't.
I'll
have
push
anything
back
else.
what I said.
if Godsmeed is still up, I would like to go talk to him alone.
Okay.
Alone.
And Hawthorne will just kind of hang out before going to bed.
Okay. So with that, I suppose we'll resolve Braylin speaking with Gotsmead. If you don't mind, I would like to just stay in the dungeon. But if you think we need to move to the DM chat, we can.
I'll
I'm not.
be vague, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
All right.
We're also masters of
Deduction.
making sure we don't
Disguise.
metagame, so we'll be good.
It's more so just
That
yeah.
Oh.
So is Godsmeed, is he in his room? Is he still awake?
You see, Gotsmead is still awake, and he is sitting at his desk, writing in his journal.
Godsmeed, do you have a moment?
Oh, yes, Braylin, please come in. Not terribly long, but I do have time.
No, it was simply a request I had for you. A simple request.
Of course.
And a good question. How far-reaching is your knowledge of, I guess, this continent and what's going on? It seems like you're well connected with a lot of people.
If I am anything, it is hopefully well connected with many people. What is my understanding of Udrund and the state of Udrund? Well, I suppose in a brief synopsis, Litmos is an elvish town. It's not very big. Its only job is to be a port of reception for the northern part of the country. The main port is Camden, but from Litmos we will travel likely to Ducia and then into Golan, and from Golan we'll travel to the Overgiven. Ducia and Golan have a very close trade relationship, and the Mitfault is chaotic as ever. It
Right.
is the closest to the Feywild on the material plane you can get.
Well, I was curious about where we were traveling, but I was curious if a while ago, before you contacted me and my college that I attended was overrun by the Paragon, I lost a friend. He was able to escape, but I know not where he ended up. And I was curious if you had any word of an artificer that was in the winds per se, or had set up somewhere.
Gotsmead says, I have not heard of an artificer who is from Calroy.
Yeah.
I presume, or rather, Locknol is where your university was.
Yeah, Lockton.
Okay. Rather Lockton. I'm not very certain, but I can send out some feelers and see what we can learn. I usually get correspondence every week from my major sources, so I will send out what I can to see what I can come to understand.
Good. Only he's a great artificer, so I thought that he might, if anybody, could help us with creating a machine to get us to where we need to go. He would be a great aid to our journey.
Of course, I definitely value your input. I will look into it. Definitely will.
Well, thank you, Godsmead.
Of course.
You have a great rest of your night. We'll
You
see you tomorrow.
you too, Braylon. You too.
Thank you.
And then he'll shut the door behind you and he'll go back to work. Is that everything everyone wanted to do with their evening?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Can I also use? I'm just kidding. I was gonna
Oh.
cook something.
Yes.
Fireball.
Don't ask why I unmuted my mic just to give a thumbs up, but I did.
Oh,
So you guys go to bed, and you wake up early in the morning to hear Gottschmied kind of ordering some people around down in the courtyard. He is assembling basically rations and everything, and you see that he has a wagon filled of what looks like boat rations and cannonballs and things like that. As you guys come down, he's briefly speaking to Halston, and he goes, "If you would please, as you have, take care of this place as closely as you can. Hopefully soon, we will return and be able to make sure this place is kept up well." And Halston goes, "Of course, if there's anything you need of me, please use this scroll of sending," and he's going to hand him a spell scroll of sending to get in touch with me. I can do many things from here that might be able to aid you. And then from there, Gottschmied stops shouting commands and Halston starts shouting commands. And then Gottschmied is going to see, I'm going to just assume that all of you seem to have woken up around the same time and have moved down around the same time. Gottschmied's going to see you all and he's going to be like, "Okay, we must travel a little further through the mountains. No worries, there's a path already set up where we will hop on my boat and we will travel to Litmos. Is there anything anyone desires before we begin our journey?"
so you said there's a little. Is there a little like harbor or dock like back here that we're gonna leave from? Or
Yep.
Where did you say we were gonna? Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
And so Gottschmied looks to all of you and says, "I suppose any other questions for me about the mission before we begin it?" "Well, allow me to pay you some in advance then." And he's going to give you each 2,500 gold.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
Furiously jakes off.
Don't look, I'm jaking up. The area we're in is probably too small for there to be like a town or a shop nearby. Because I was actually thinking about buying something, but was like, I don't have money.
There are shops. They're pretty simple. Gottschmied tells you that Litmos is larger than this for sure. It's the difference between like a small village and like a city. Like not a huge sprawling city, but like, restaurants,
Sure.
taverns, etc.
But
you're welcome to go and trade with the Goliaths of this town.
Oh yeah, we're in Goliathville.
Yeah.
Are there any armorers?
There is an armorer.
Can I go talk to him?
Uh-huh.
I want to walk up to him and say, with my face kind of obscured, I wanna say,
As you can see, I don't really like showing my face that much, but it's kind of hard to do so with like just loose pieces of fabric and whatnot. Do you have any like face masks or anything that I could buy off you?
Oh, interesting. I suppose I could check my stock. You see, he goes back and he has a series of Goliath helmets, which he looks at your face a little bit and he goes, "I'm not sure how well they'll fit, but you're welcome to buy any of these." And you see there's some that are kind of old and rusted that look like old gladiator helms. They have like a face covering with a bunch of holes and a spike on top, basically. And then you see a couple, what he's got are more like helmets, I suppose. He's got various helmets. He says, "Of course, if you'd like to commission something custom, in a number of weeks I could get that completed and you could come and pick it up. I just ask that you pay half now and half later."
Yeah, of course. I might come back to a little bit later. I know we're going to Litmos and I want to see what they got there. So I appreciate it. But I might be back.
My pleasure. And then he goes back to work in his armory.
Okay, that's all I wanted to do.
All right. So with that, Gotsmead is going to kind of go back up to his room to gather some of his belongings, and then he's going to come back down, and he looks a little agitated, and he's going to say, "Did one of you open this letter? My private property.
All right, Mr.
Anyone.
No.
Raise your hand.
Wasn't us.
Strange."
Do you want me to
He
roll
looks at
deception?
you-
Dylan,
Do you want me to roll deception?
Yeah, you can roll deception.
I'm just
Advantage
asking. Yeah, I was
because
like,
Vilsarius is saying
Vilsarius!
it was Amphalin.
I did
Well,
say
in that case, I'm just not even gonna roll because that's just.
You're gonna hear us say no, and then you're gonna see my.
Wait,
eyes
hang on.
kinda like-
Let me. I just want to see if at disadvantage. What I. Wow, that's a 2.
Okay. Gotsmead is going to approach you, Amphalin, and say, "I am a very private person, and I do not love it when my privacy is breached. Please, if we are to make this mission as comfortable as possible, don't mess with my things." And then he's going to leave before you can answer him.
I'm gonna turn to Velsaris and be like, I thought we were cool, and then I'm gonna leave before he can answer me.
and then I'm gonna leave before anyone else can tell me.
But you guys,
Leaves Braylon and I just looking at each other,
right.
and then we leave.
You guys hop on the boat. A series of, so we're just going to skip to go to Litmos again. I'm not going to spend any time discussing travel. Was there any questions? Just one final time before we begin this Litmos portion. Any questions for Gotsmead? Any?
I have a question for like DM.
Okay.
How do we feel about like using this downtime to like master like not attributes but like because say
weapon masteries?
yeah, like either that, but like because like I'm saying I want to get a mask to cover my face, but like how would we feel if like I bought leather working tools and like or like you know whatever and then
Like in Litmos and made your
yeah
own?
and then like spent my downtime like learning to leather work.
Okay, let me figure out what it would take. I've got the DM's guide here. Let me look that up. See what I can figure out
Or would
about
you
how
like-
long.
Would you want to do that while we're sailing, kind of thing?
Yeah, if possible, I'd be like maybe see if I couldn't buy a set of leatherworking off the giants or off the Goliaths, but I think that boat has sailed. Get it because we're on a boat.
CD. There is. Let me see if there's a way to do that mechanically without having to take a feat or something.
Also, while we're talking like mechanics and whatnot, I think we talked about this, but I don't remember what we came to. What are we thinking is the deal with my telepathy, Cooland? Because as a Thrycreen, I technically have telepathy.
I don't think. I think that's goofy. So I think you just speak. I think that
Okay.
Thrycreen can just speak common. What's his name? Meek. In I don't know if you guys ever
And
saw
Thor.
the cartoon for Planet Hulk, but Meek can speak common. He just sounds kind of like an insect, you know.
Yeah.
I guess
Mhm.
in a way.
So the
So-
Fallen and Destiny.
Varix.
Basically the Fallen. Okay, learning new proficiencies. For a tool, the skill and ability is determined. Let me look for. Okay, it gives me actually a page reference here. Let me
Refer to page 69.
Page
refer to my
69,
mother.
refer to
No.
page 666.
Good heavens! I don't want 1,000 naps.
Too bad.
HIJKL.
NOP
QRS.
UV.
So leather workers
Oblate.
tools is a dexterity.
That was just a suggestion, by the way. If there's something that works better than leather workers, then
I
that's
think
fine.
it's up to you. Like, do you want a leather mask or do you want something else? Because so if it's leatherworking or woodworking, I'd say you chip. If it's anything else, you need a more establishable place to practice.
Sorry.
Like if you're gonna do like ironworking or something,
You cut out. So if I'm doing leatherworking or woodworking, then what?
or like you're carving or like whittling or something.
Uh-huh.
I
think I have tinker tools. Can I help him or?
yeah, you might be able to help him. I think
I have proficiency in smithing tools too.
Smith tools. I think the main reason I'm saying that if it's not like wood carving or leatherworking, you need a place where you can actually practice that ability.
But you're saying
isn't
that
a boat.
you're saying that woodworking and leatherworking would be fine to do
You
on the
could, yeah. So if
Okay.
you were making like a leather mask or something, then I would let that happen. Or carving a mask,
go. Mm-hmm.
I would let that happen. But where you're not, there's not a forge or there's not a place where you can hammer and anvil it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, if this is derailing session, I'm fine to move on. I have a cool idea in mind and I want to do it. But
Okay.
with Tinkerer's tools, like what does that entail? Can he do leatherworking and woodworking with that or no?
Let's see. I don't know. They're different. I'm not gonna let you do leatherworking with tinker tools because they're different.
I don't think I can pick tinker's tools. I think it's smith's tools.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we talked about that, but it'll.
That's right.
And Smith's tools is probably like you're saying. I'd need like an anvil and like stuff to like an actual station.
Yeah. Let's see some examples. Basically, work metal. So it would basically just be, for modifying and building armor, making simple devices like a door hinge, or horseshoes, or repairing a cast iron skillet. You can create nails, screws. That's what they're saying are things with
Basic, like
Smith's tools.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say that right now unless someone has one of those other proficiencies, they could perhaps make you one, but I think I would make them do a check associated with that tool.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's rather like you roll your d20, and if you have proficiency in that tool, you have to pass the DC.
So yeah, to clarify, so how do you feel about us like spending our downtime like learning to potentially get like proficiency or something like that in that?
That's fine with me. I'm trying to limit the amount of downtime we have in this campaign, just because I'm trying to get through it. And because of the new structure of it, there are fewer sessions. So I don't necessarily know, like, if you specify and remind me, then we'll have that happen. I think you just have to specify, like, hey, we have this downtime. I'm going to use that to hone this ability.
Okay.
And I think what we'll do is we'll do like 1d10, I think, is the amount of days you need to practice that, basically. Or like the amount of like, because they're saying that you can practice 4 hours a day with a tool. So I would say like you'll roll a d10, and then that's how many days you can practice with that tool to gain proficiency with it.
So do you want me to roll a d10 now to see how many I need to practice?
What are you trying to practice with?
Well, not right now, but I'm saying like if I want to, like, because
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll have you roll the d10 when we're actually doing that.
Okay.
So
I was just thinking because like if I roll that 10 and it's like, oh, I have 10 days, then I'm like, I might as well just be like, not worth.
Right. I mean the cheapest, most or the like cheapest, most efficient way to do it is do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because it would probably be a third of what the selling price is for a mask of equal quality.
Yeah.
So the fastest way to do it is buy it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We have
uh,
the money.
And
yeah,
then maybe
everyone.
modify it after you
Yeah.
buy it.
Well,
Yeah,
and
and modifying it I think would be way easier.
yeah. Well, that's mainly why I want to do it, because like I'm thinking that most of the shops probably, like, I have a specific idea in mind, and so it's like
Okay.
would be exactly what Colin's saying, where it's like I got to get special ordered and wait for 3 weeks, you know.
Right. Yeah,
So I'm like, might as well just
there's
build it.
always yeah, if you like again, if you choose like a metal mask or a steel mask, then Ace's character can likely modify it for you in an amount of time.
If there's any like metal brackets or anything like
Right.
that, I can
He could
definitely.
alter that. He could give like a wooden mask metal horns or something, but I think that's the extent that we would go.
Cool.
But yeah. Anyways, so with that, I believe we don't have anything else we wanted to do, so we're going to arrive in Litmos, which again is an elven port city. It has a large lighthouse on the coast, and it is kind of like uh, the British coastline, where it's those sheer cliffs on the sides, and so you guys will port at a low port, and then you'll have to take like a really weird lift slash staircase combination to get up to the top where the actual city is. Uh, and once you get up there, you're going to notice that now you're kind of out of that castle area. I think all of you would notice this without having to do like a check. Gotsmead is increasingly more paranoid. Like now that he's out in the open, he's a little more afraid, a little more roguish in nature, where he's trying to kind of stick to the side, or he's walking slightly behind one of you. He's standing next to someone who he thinks will gain more attention than him. Uh,
Are you wanted in this city, Godsmaid? Is somebody looking for you?
oh, no, I'm not wanted. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm untraceable, I suppose, to some extent.
Ah,
Uh, and he continues. He's going to point you guys in the direction of a tavern, and he says, Harper will hopefully be meeting us here within the next couple of days. Lay low, don't cause any kind of problems. We need to advance forward. With that, Gotsmead pays your guys' rooms fee. And at this point, Turble, if you would like to go and visit shops or something to buy tools and begin your proficiency, you have time to do that now.
Okay, I would like to just buy leatherworking and like ironworking tools.
Let me hear you. So smith's tools and leatherworking tools. There is not an ironworker's.
Oh, my
so-
AC is still saying 20, but it's not because that spell wore off. 18.
So,
can I buy
yeah.
half
So,
plate?
can you buy half plate?
Yeah.
Let me see. So yeah, you'll have to go into the shop.
I'll go with them and Phelan then.
Yeah, Braylon!
Let's go.
Protein!
Let's hide that little cute face of yours.
Okay, let me pull up my pricing list. Okay, found it. So you walk into an elvish smith shop where he is working on armoring Turble. He's gonna charge you 3 gold for tools, basically smith's tools,
Okay.
and the leather worker is similarly going to charge you three gold for
So
leather
6 in
working
total?
tools. Yeah.
Okay.
And then go ahead and add those to your inventory, although you don't have proficiency with.
Right.
Asa, so you walk up to this guy and he goes, "How can I help you, sir?"
I'm looking for some armor. How proficient are you in your work?
I can sell you plate, half plate, or adamantine of either.
What is classified as adamantine? Is that heavy? Or is it?
It's a material that can be applied to any type of armor, but it makes
Okay.
it so you can't get critted on.
It's what we had in Logan's campaign, Asa.
That's cool. So you
The-
could make a
and-
half plate armor with adamantine.
Hmm.
Okay.
I have half plate and adamantine. I do have adamantine armor. Yes.
Okay. And how much?
And my
would
character
that be?
also follows Braylon.
Now that he's got adamantine, all of a sudden Visarius is falling. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh? Did someone say adamantine?
Oh,
So,
Someone say no grit?
oh.
oh.
alrighty, give me just
Aw.
a second.
No, you're good. And if he has any other magical armor or anything of the sort, I guess I'd be interested in hearing. Yeah.
So he says he will sell you adamantine for 1,500 gold, and
Okay.
adamantine half plate for 1,500 gold.
Okay. Do you have any other magically infused armor or anything unique?
He says, "All I have is basic He has a normal piece of half plate, a
Right.
+1 piece of half plate, or adamantine half plate, if that's what you're looking for."
Half +1 would be cool. +1 would be +1 to the armor class. Hmm.
Look that
Interesting.
up. I think so.
Yeah. I mean that would make sense. I don't know what else it would be too.
Yeah, it's just a bonus +1.
Yeah. And okay, I'll go with the adamantine armor then. The half plate. I'll give him 1,500 gold. Let me think. Can I inspect the armor and try to point out any like pips or
Uh,
mal?
you look, and this is of elven make, so it is
Okay.
actually pretty well made.
Mhm.
So adamantine is pretty good. And I think there's only one level above adamantine, and that's mithril.
Oh right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
But this is a basic adamantine half plate chest piece. You see that this is of elven make. It is smooth. There aren't dents. This is completely brand new.
Yeah. I'm not good at haggling, so I'll just pay the money.
All right.
I can
so
intimidate
go
him.
ahead. He'll grab 1,500 gold from you.
Asa, I could have intimidated him. I got good intimidation.
Ah! Give it to me!
He pulls out a shotgun.
Wait, me or the shopkeeper?
The shopkeeper. He doesn't even try to see if you're stealing or mad at him. He just shoots.
He's like, I'm just waiting for someone to try me.
He's like, huh? And just shoots.
Blows a hole through my chest.
And Vilsarius, you also traveled with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out from behind Braylon after he's done purchasing his armor.
Okay.
Does the shopkeeper react to my face?
He goes,
I lean over,
That's why you gotta hide that stuff. That's why I hide mine.
and then I walk with Braylon.
Don't care.
he goes, actually, so instead of being like, he's just going to be like, what happened to you? That's a nasty
I-
scar.
Unfortunately, I was born like this.
Oh, My condolences.
My
How can I help you?
condolences. My condolences. How can I help you?
I was wondering how much your +1 half plate armor is. Him behind the computer.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So, okay. He's going to say that half plate plus 1 costs 1,500 gold pieces.
I would like to purchase it.
Of course, he's going to hand you the half plate. You are a barbarian, right?
Yeah.
Vilsarius is a barbarian? That's crazy.
I'll start stripping in the middle of the store, donning my new armor.
And barbarians wear full plate?
So barbarians can wear armor, but they typically don't recommend that barbarians wear armor
No?
because
Isn't your
they
dex and constitution that adds to your.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
it's your strength and your constitution, which are your two main stats. It's strength plus constitution plus what is the last one?
Dex?
I thought it was dex. I thought it was dex and con.
Let me see here. I have it right.
Dicks
can look.
and cock? Sorry.
It might be con or dex. Let me. Dexterity and constitution.
Yeah, it's 10 plus dex plus con modifier.
That's right. 10 plus dex plus con. Where are the classes? What am I doing here?
You could say that I played one last session.
You could say that I ate.
I was like, that was like 3 campaigns ago.
Low key,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
cooking.
minus the.
Million years ago.
Yeah. So they have training in light armor and shield, but at level 1 they get unarmored defense. So while you aren't wearing it, your base armor class can be technically better. But
Okay.
it's up to you to weigh the difference. Let me look at the half plate.
A shield would benefit you though, right?
A shield would benefit you. So
Yeah.
it looks like half plate gives you disadvantage on stealth, and it's a 15 plus your dex modifier. So you can do the math on that.
It's only a +2 to your dex though if you're wearing medium, right? Like half plate
Plus
like that?
2.
Is the
Yeah,
max. Yeah.
it's a maximum of 2.
Okay.
So it'd be 17 if you have a +2 dex modifier, plus the 15 of the armor. Oh, but also +1 would make it 18.
Yeah. So it'd be 15 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your armor class right now?
13.
13?
What's your con and dex?
My dex is a +3. My con is
Zero.
+0.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Because
Yeah, wear that armor.
Is con. Yes,
Agreed.
because his con is a
Yep.
secondary. Is your second.
With point buy, it is hard to get everything you need.
It
for
is.
a barbarian.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all kind of feeling that because we all, are setting up our characters in different ways.
Asa just said, stop complaining. We all suck. No, I'm just
So-
kidding.
No, but I could see
Yeah,
how it'd be a
'cause-
struggle for barbarian.
Because it says your saving throw proficiencies as a barbarian are strength and con. So it makes the most sense to buff those as much as you can. So at some point you won't need to actually wear that.
Yep.
But it does give you disadvantage on stealth. So
Yeah, but when am I gonna be stealthy as a barbarian?
right.
When
18
Asa asks you to go on a
plus
heist.
3 AC.
Yeah, I think I will go ahead and buy the armor just because it'll
Okay.
benefit me in the early game
Yeah.
as I'm kind of squishy.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and buy the armor.
Sick. So that'd be 1,500.
Bonk. Sicko mode. Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome.
When
I'm
you
not
get your
talking to
first
you,
check.
and Phelan. You freaking left the room.
That also isn't what he sounds
I
like.
try to sell my armor
left
back to the guy
fucking room.
after I switched it.
Oh, do you want the half plate instead? Plus
No,
one.
no, not the. I had scale mail on before.
Oh,
but I
your
just sold
scale
that to
mail?
him,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me hurry in.
which I think is just 50 pieces of gold, right?
So he is going to tell you he'll buy it
Right.
for 30 pieces of gold.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
brand new. It's 50. This isn't
Right.
brand new, so
So yeah, he'll buy that off of you for 30.
perfect. Thank you.
And then he'll go Among Us VR, and that's it.
What? What did they say?
Among Us.
The best part is like
It's an
that.
ancient
Ah,
name.
yes.
It doesn't
fearsome
exist in
name.
this world, so he, like everyone around's got to be like, oh, he's back on his
He's like,
heretical.
Is he talking about the imposter being sus yet again?
It's like
What's going on?
no one knows what
Who's
he
the
means by that.
imposter? The sus one.
It's like that's the point. We need to figure out who's the imposter among us. You guys get it now.
He's like, guys, the imposter's among us.
Is this the imposter from Among Us?
Is this the imposter?
Amogus?
Is this the imposter from Among Us?
Does anyone want to visit with this armor before you leave?
I do. No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Hawthorne will then poke his head out behind Visarial.
Sarius.
Vilsarius.
You're thinking of a
Here.
Sariel Omp from who he was playing last time.
Yeah.
Here.
So he'll poke his head out behind and he'll be like, "Find my face weird?" No.
He,
He'll say, "Vilsarius Mistfall." Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Here. There.
I don't know why that name is so hard for me to remember.
There.
Vilsarius.
Neither do we.
There. Just remember the face. And the name.
Remember the face. He'll say, "Do you have any chainmail?"
he goes, I do have chainmail.
I might as well just give you my scale mail.
I give you my bug mail.
Wait, you should,
Get it? 'Cause
you
I'm a
should
bug?
start with chainmail, Logan,
Yeah.
as well. So your character should have chainmail on. Unless you're trying to
Okay,
get a
perfect.
+1 or something. If he doesn't, go add that in. I'm pretty sure fighters start with chainmail.
Mine did.
Okay.
And scale mail is better, I think. So
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I may end up taking you up on that, Asa. For the time being, though,
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
now that he's sold it to Coolin's gonna sell it back to you for 50 gold.
twice as much.
Yeah.
What kind of heavy armor does he have?
he has half plate, normal plate, scale. So and then he has a +1 of each, adamantine of each, and then he has a single set of mithril armor.
Well,
full
Logan, what's
plate
your dex
mithril.
bonus?
+1.
Let's
Okay.
no.
I might do split.
What does the
or-
mithril one cost? It's gonna be way too much.
Well, for splint, his splint isn't too expensive as is.
10,000 GP.
For like plate.
Oh,
Adam,
cooked.
We could have
15,000. It's 1,500 platinum.
Mm,
For
So mithril
mithril.
Oh, for mithril. Sorry, I thought you were. Okay.
or mithril.
Good God.
pardon.
Jeez. Yeah.
Okay.
What? I don't know.
That's when Hawthorne will reach his very deep pocket and pull out
Oh.
1,500 platinum pieces,
Oh, he goes.
and he'll
"Thank
hand it
you,
over.
sir."
All right. Jason,
And I walk away with the mithril.
Can I come from like a legendary background where I have this just sword that kills anything I want?
No, you're not Harper Oddly. Flomow!
I'm not loaded. I'm not loaded. I'm just saying. I was hoping he'd let me get away with it, but he did. I walked away with it. It's in my possession now. So
It's true.
Then I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and I'm gonna say, "We have to run! We have to run! We have to run!"
I throw a barrel full
the
of beer
shopkeeper.
at the man.
So
Shopkeeper
unnecessary.
will soon find those platinum pieces are wooden painted platinum.
Wooden painted platinum. You see he spits on you 100 times.
My sentinel procs. No, I'm just kidding.
all right.
This is
Um,
goofy. This
Do
is
we enter
goofy.
initiative then? After the first spit?
Oh.
See, here's something I don't understand is mithril armor. Okay, so if you have a strength of 15 or higher, mithril is better than normal at it doesn't have the like you can't avoid crits, but it makes it so you don't have stealth. But it is way more expensive on the D&D gold tables than adamantine. Like, I don't know why it's so much more expensive.
We're doing almost the same thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm using the same.
If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity checks or has a stealth requirement, the mithril armor doesn't. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
That's
says here on D&D Beyond, it says
it's lighter.
if the armor normally imposes disadvantage on stealth checks or has a strength requirement, I see. So anyone can wear mithril.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone. You
Mm.
don't have to
I
have
think.
the strength. Yeah. So any single thing can be coated. So can you have a piece of adamantine that is coated?
Wait, Coolin, does that mean I can coat my bug scales in mithril?
You can coat my willy.
You wish that you
Is
could
it coated
wish.
or is it just made out of the material? 'Cause I don't feel like coated. I think.
Well, that's what I was asking was because I was like,
So like
I
to
think mithril is like a lighter metal.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing.
everybody can.
It's weird though, because why? I guess if anybody can wear it, then it's a massive win. I guess can wizards wear mithril plate?
Yeah.
Or will it still impact their
Wait.
if they have
Maybe
a heavy
that's why
armor
it's
proficiency?
Oh, do they still need to have
do
armor
they
proficiency?
still have to? Yeah. I'm sure they do. You just don't have to have the strength requirement. So if you get a piece
Yeah.
of mithril and take heavy armor proficiency, then a wizard could. But doesn't wearing heavy armor negatively impact a wizard anyways?
You just have to have proficiency with the armor.
Yeah, supposedly it messes with the physical components or hand wavy.
What if you
Uh,
have a
Isn't
feat
that's
mixes
somatic,
so you
right?
don't need that.
So let's see. I'm trying to find wizards wearing.
I mean,
Coolin, be careful what you
Braylon
look up.
awkwardly standing in the doorway wearing medium armor.
But you have, because you're a dwarf, you have medium armor proficiency.
Exactly.
So I wonder. Let's see.
Yeah, so it looks like in D&D Beyond it says, as long as you have proficiency to wear it, anything that does have a strength requirement is not calculated for wearing the mithril version.
Huh.
So, you have to have the proficiency to wear it.
But I wonder if it's for light armor though. Even you probably still need the proficiency.
But I suppose this is kind of a non-issue at the moment because I don't have 15,000 pieces of gold.
Yeah.
We get
Yeah,
there when we
cool.
get there,
We pool our money.
and it's still not enough.
And have 10,000.
Yeah.
Now we get into the game of haggling.
Right.
I'll
I'm
give
gonna
you
haggle my
10,000
nuts down
gold
your throat.
You guys could go gamble.
Oh,
No,
that's an option.
Yeah.
no.
It's always.
I
an
don't
option.
trust the dice.
Mr. I don't want a lot of downtime gives us gambling option.
We
I
spent
don't think you realize what
17
you just did.
sessions gambling.
We
Start
lose
an
everything.
accidentally start an underground war between mafias and gangs.
The
We did
first
that in
Percy
World
Jackson
Campaign.
movie stuck in gambling mode.
Do you remember when we got all those, what was it, goblins killed by like the Empire?
No,
That was crazy.
because I wasn't invited.
I don't remember.
I wasn't there either.
Oh,
I remember
Hi.
the Nilbog.
The
Is that what you're talking about?
It was when we
Nilbog.
went underground. We caused a huge explosion in the city. We like uncovered like the goblin mob ring.
the
and it
moblin.
was-
Oh yeah.
And it was the army like of the city came in and just like slaughtered them all. And it's like, oh, we did that.
Okay, so yeah, so it looks like if you're a wizard, it's just that the wizard doesn't have armor proficiencies at all. So like if you wanted to wear heavy armor as a wizard, you have to first take light armor proficiency and then get the moderately armored or heavy armored feat. And so at that point you're taking 2 feats to get heavy armor, which at some point you have to be like, okay, I'd rather be taking feats that bolster my spells than feats that make me harder to hit.
It's like
you know?
sunk cost fallacy a little bit.
Right. So, interesting. I just never even considered it. I was never like, my wizards will never wear heavy armor, period. And then that's just the world I lived in, so...
But no, cool. And my question still stands, and we can talk about it later because it is kind of like nuanced. But
That's a JoJo reference.
No, to kind of let you guys peek behind my character, he's Thrycreen, mechanically speaking, but I sacrificed I sacrificed the chameleon carapace, kind of, to have plate mail like built into my skin. But so because it's like it is my skin, how would we go about possibly upgrading my skin? You know. But we can talk about that later. We don't have to. I've already.
Interesting.
I was like, I've already wasted a lot of time talking about. Can I build a mask? So we're good. We don't have to talk about it right now.
Yeah, you find a green wooden mask in the soil.
Yippee!
The more he levels up, at a certain point, he evolves and sheds his scales and grows new ones.
That could be interesting.
Coolin,
That's gross. I don't want to do that.
The green wooden mask.
Yeah.
A dangerous game, my friend.
Coolin,
Can I
are
go
you?
gamble now?
I hope you're ready for some
No.
deep pockets.
Coolin, are you trying to kill me?
As you guys, so Logan, you just buy, so you have chainmail. You wanted to
Mhm.
buy scale mail or plate,
No. How much?
plate?
How much does the plate cost?
Too
So
much.
full plate.
Isn't it
That's
just 15?
2,000.
I think it's 15 in general.
2000 was a good year.
Yeah, so he's gonna charge you 1,600 gold for full plate.
1,600. That's a reasonable price. However, might I argue for 1,400?
Go
Because if
ahead
you
and
see
roll.
here, there's a blemish on the armor and the pauldron here, which that'll have to be buffed out, and
No,
that sort of thing can rust.
Go ahead and
Might I
roll
argue for 14?
a persuasion. DC 15.
Minus
Wait.
one. Oh no!
Wait, Logan, wait.
Have
What?
guidance, good luck.
Oh, no, never mind. I thought I had.
Phelan already left the room.
I did. Well, that, but also I thought I had guidance. Now I have bless.
Hey!
What'd you get?
Is that
A natural 20.
A schmatral
he-
shmoney.
He looks at the blemish you're talking about, and you see like a moment of recognition in him that this isn't just a blemish, this is a flaw. And so he offers to sell it to you for 1,300 instead of 1,400.
Big.
He's just like, oh, I do see that is a glaring problem. I am a man of honor. I will not charge you full price for it. But this is worse than you even noticed it was. Only the trained eye could see how bad that truly is. So I will reduce the price for it. There's no mechanical difference. Just so you know.
This looks bad.
This armor is garbage, so it's cheaper.
This armor is shit.
But Sick.
He buys it.
So 1300 GP.
I like that clarification. There is no mechanical difference. It's a good clarification because I'm pretty sure all of us were thinking it.
And how much can I sell my chainmail for?
Never enough, never.
5. It's sitting here telling me chainmail costs $2,000 in the United States because it's different. He'll buy that off of you for the same price he bought Aces off of him.
30.
Dope.
Can I go sell my skin to him for armor?
Which is wild because chainmail costs the same as scale mail. Let me look at this. Because is chainmail light?
I think
Is that why?
It's
so.
a disadvantage.
Chainmail's heavy.
Oh, okay. So scale mail is technically heavy. Chainmail's heavy armor too. Interesting.
No,
Oh,
scale mail is medium armor.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's like the chain shirt, but it just gives you disadvantage on stealth.
cool. And
Okay.
other question. On the boat ride here, did we get a long rest?
Yes.
No.
Okay, thank
Stayed
you.
awake the whole time.
Shut up, Ace. No, I'm just kidding.
Asa, you didn't, or Turbo. Asa, you didn't say you slept. Turbo, you didn't say you slept, so you don't get any.
Well, too bad you already said yes. I already took a long rest.
Control Z it, dude.
Control Z.
Oh, sorry about that.
What?
I pressed a button on my Google and it just made a sound. I don't know what it.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. Anyways, so following that, everyone who wanted to shop at the armor, are we good to go?
I think so.
I'm done.
My only
Okay.
question is, after shopping at the armor, do we have more time, or are we going straight to Harper?
So Harper's supposed to meet you at the inn that Godsmeed has bought you rooms at.
In a couple days, give or take.
Yep.
In a couple of days.
Oh,
Within a few days.
Yeah.
Okay.
then
she
I'm
could
gonna
be here tonight, or she could be here tomorrow.
start practicing my leather working.
Okie dokie. You start practicing your leather working. Go
Oh.
ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll the 1d10. See how many days, or rather, roll the 1d10. We're gonna see how many successes you need to get.
Okay.
basically.
And can I help him using my proficiency in leatherworking?
Sure.
3.
So I'll just kind of like tips here and there
Okay.
that kind of help.
So 3 days. So go ahead and for your first day of practice, roll a dexterity check and see at advantage because of Logan's help.
Thanks, Logan.
DC 15.
Dexterity it's just a dexterity check, not like a save or anything, right?
Dexterity check. Yep.
Okay. I have a +0, so I have to get a 15 on either of them. Ooh, baby, I love your way. I got an 18.
18.
Heck
Dope.
yeah.
So you're one step closer to becoming proficient with leather.
Ooh.
Caleb, this gives. Hey Turbo, what rank are?
Logan and Asa, were you guys there for that?
No, I don't think they were.
So me, Coolin, and Caleb were playing Overwatch, and Caleb goes, "Chase, what rank are you?" And I was like, "Plat," and he goes, "Oh wow!" I was like, "You asked me. You're the one who asked."
Mr. Big Guy.
Oh
In the
wow!
Can I gamble now?
Yeah, give me just a second. You guys, as you exit the building, you see, and with no perception check necessary, you see a building that is kind of out of place. It looks like if you built your Minecraft base out of spruce wood, and then just halfway through, one of the rooms is built out of cherry wood. This is a building that is pink in color. It has like a very bright
Gay.
pink color, red, white swirls on it, pale blue door, and above it it says candy shop.
Is
Never
it
mind.
is it shop spelled
Okay.
SHOPPE?
Never mind, it is straight.
I enter.
Yeah, it's spelled Shoppe.
Shop.
Ye old
Ooh.
shop.
Asa, you walk in and you see an older man who's wearing pink robes, and he has pink fluffy hair that looks like cotton candy, and he has pale skin. And he goes, "Hello, how may I help you today? Please look at anything."
Anything. And I
Of
stare
course.
into his deep blue eyes.
And Asa, you feel love. You feel care
Hmm.
and comfort and kindness and sweetness.
I want to find something here that offers me the same comfort that your eyes do.
He says, "Oh, well, of course, I have many things that perhaps could fulfill this need." I just sent a picture of him in.
You
Oh,
had
it's a
page.
J5. I do have a picture of this guy.
You were ready.
You really wanted
like
us
it.
to go to this candy shop.
I did want you to go to the shop. Yeah, did that work? It
I see
sent
it.
it as a JFIF.
Yeah. I'll stream it.
While this is going on, I'm just gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Me too.
Oh,
Well, that's another JFIF. Okay.
there you go.
Did you just say smash?
Smash.
Smash.
Smash. Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
And good guess, Asa, by the way, because I didn't say his eyes were.
I could
You
just, I
guessed
just
that.
knew. You
You
said
just
pink
knew.
cotton hair, and I was like, it has to be deep blue eyes.
But yeah, this man is standing there and he goes, "Of course, I can show you anything. Go ahead. What's your passive perception, Asa?" Oh, I guess
I
Turbo's in the bathroom. Did we want to pause? Turbo
Sure.
and Caleb. Let's wait for them to get back.
Sounds good to
But to
me.
answer your question, I think it's just the average
10.
at 10.
Go ahead and roll a perception to browse his stock.
Oh, okay.
I've been reading about the Greyhawk setting the last few days. Very interesting setting. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into it before,
Mm-mm.
but it's very
Just a
interesting.
little bit. Yeah, when you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's the setting that Gary Gygax made when
What is
he
that
was
roll?
DMing, when he basically made the game. So, yeah, it's kind of I kind of like it, but I've been reading into it quite a bit.
Actually, let me roll it on this screen, and you'll be able to see. Look at this.
Okay.
Okay. What is it gonna be? Oh, does it freeze when I go away from it? Ah, 5. Okay, so that'll be it.
All right.
I mean,
How closed off are you? How about you set a DC for an insight check on you, Asa?
oh, okay. Um, I guess after everything I've been through, my character's been through, I would say probably a 14. Like he's not since he's a kind person, so he's not like withholding, but he is guarded, I guess you could say.
All right, let me pull up. All right. You said a 14?
Mhm.
Okay, sick. So we'll resolve that when they get back.
Okay. Our beautiful man. There we go.
Do you like him?
He has trusting eyes. I like him.
It's the hair.
The hair.
You like the hair?
It's a
I like the
good
hair.
image. I like it.
Agreed.
So
It's
can I
kind
tell
of
if he's
crazy.
a wizard?
You want to
Is
try
that what
and
he?
glean what class he is?
Yeah, yeah.
Does he
go
have a
ahead and-
book at his hip?
Nope. That's what he's wearing. Plain clothes, and he has that staff.
Okay. What would you want me to roll?
We'll do an insight.
Insight. Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Where is it? There we go. Maybe I should stop sharing the screen. I'll do it after my roll. Oops. Insight. I know. I wish my wisdom was higher, but that is okay.
Oh, that was
Okay,
so
it is
close to
cocked.
that
It
20.
is so cocked
Go,
right
go
there.
ahead and roll that again.
Here, I'm gonna roll real dice. There it is.
I didn't know it could be cocked on the app.
Right.
Oh, that's so funny. My real roll was also 8. We'll
Dude,
go with
I've
8
been
then.
looking at some of my old AI generated images and like some of the new ones. The AI has gotten so much better in like the last year.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So 8 it is.
8. Okay.
What was
We'll
everyone's
resolve
roll?
all
Yeah,
this
insight.
insight. We'll resolve all this when they get
Sounds
back.
good.
My favourite AI is that feeling when knee surgery's tomorrow.
Who the hell is that?
That I sent?
No,
behind you. Or the girl behind you.
not
Two
Gwen.
girls, actually.
Oh yeah, that's what's
Gwen's
that?
sister?
Yes.
Is Gwen's sister singing? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, Quinn's sister.
Wait. Oh, you weren't asking about the picture I sent. That's right. I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back. Okay. So, Asa, let's resolve the rolls. So the first roll you did was a perception check to try and find
Well, I worded it in
Whoop.
what
whoops.
here could like bring the same comfort as your eyes do. So probably something just that, I guess, of great worth. Something very delicious. If this is a candy shop.
So you're looking around and you're seeing a lot of typical sweets that you guys have kind of in like your homeland and all that stuff. You're seeing like candied vegetables, fruits, etc., things like that. Then uh, then after while you're looking around, you see that this guy looks deep into your eyes and he seems to glean something, and he says, "You look like someone who needs an especially sweet treat." He's going to walk up to the side of his counter and he's going to open the small door for you to come and join him behind the counter.
Uh-oh.
Wait, is this like a trap door, or is this like
It's you know how
door
like
behind him?
it's
like
like
the
so
counter
like
door.
it's a counter door,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so you
I
can
gotcha.
get yeah.
Like he's leading me down to his dungeon. I was like,
He says, "If you wouldn't mind joining me."
so I come around the counter. Like, oh,
You go around the counter and he goes, there is a door behind him. You see
okay.
he walks up to this door and he opens it, and when you look in there you see candy that you've never seen before. And I guess as a player like Asa, if you were standing in that room you would recognize this candy. There's
Right.
Reese's peanut butter cups, Twizzlers, Snickers, and then you're seeing stuff that like Willy Wonka made. You're seeing like
Right.
these like little chocolates that hatch into birds that fly around the room, frogs jumping out of wrappers,
What kind of
etc.
candy maker are you?
A very good one.
I can
And he
I can
says,
tell.
"You may take one piece of candy from my collection, free of charge."
What what is the one from Willy Wonka? The never-ending gobstopper or
The
whatever?
everlasting
Never-ending
gobstopper.
story.
Does he have that one?
You Your character looks at him kind of uh, kind of blank-faced as you're
I don't
looking
even
and
know what I'm
taking this in.
looking at.
You see him gaze into your eye again, and he says, "Ah, I have just the thing for you." And he goes over and he pulls out a small, very geometrically shaped piece of candy, each nodule being a different color, and he puts it right in front of you. And he says, "This piece of candy, you can
It's a never-ending gobstopper. Let's go.
Hey,
Running Gobstopper!
that's not
me and my
possible.
compatriots, or me rather, I call it an everlasting gobstopper."
Yeah, name drop, name drop.
Drop Willy Wonka, the multiversal chocolate maker.
I'm not sure if I know what a gobstopper is, but I'll take it. You sure that it'll never run out? It'll always continue to give me flavor, and I will be able to suck on it forever.
It is my guarantee. And if it does not, all you need to do is send anyone from anywhere to find me, and I will replace it.
Okay.
You have my guarantee, good man.
Well, thank you. How much do I owe you for this?
Absolutely free, my friend.
What?
Well,
And I'm over here
Thank you.
wasting my time on leather?
You just seem like you needed it.
well, thank you.
Oh.
Well, let me purchase another bag of chocolates for my compatriots, if that's okay.
Of course. You can choose anything in the main area. This stuff is for people who need it. And he closes and locks that door, brings you back out.
Okay.
Can I argue for the chocolates from the new Willy Wonka movie that make you fly?
Hover chocks.
He's got the everlasting gobstopper now.
No.
Those would be
Flying
pretty cool.
chocolates, though.
Flying chocolate. That would be cool.
Yeah, but you can't
Um,
control it.
That's true.
You
Just
float
chocolate of
indefinitely.
floating. May I point out, there'd basically be chocolates of Featherfall.
Yeah. But
Well-
you've already got the everlasting
I already
gobstopper.
got the.
There was
I-
only
Plus-
one.
I hate to do this, Logan. You're helping me learn leather working over here, so we're not in the candy shop.
I know.
I will buy some chocolates that I see on the shelf.
Of course, he charges you 1 silver piece for
Okay.
the chocolate you purchase from him.
Okay.
He says, "You
well-
see, the cocoa beans were sourced from
Right.
the very south of Errahim."
Well, what people harvested these beans?
Oh, that's just my secret, isn't it, my good friend?
Okay. I can tell they were very sturdy but short people.
Yes, dwarves like yourself, good man.
Yes.
Dwarves. He says,
Meet them around the corner. Ask if they were orange.
he says, "If I were to tell you exactly how I made this and who helped me make it, I wouldn't be the candy man, would I?
Is your name
You
Willy
would not.
Wonka?
Now,
Well, oh yeah. What's your name, sir? Before I leave.
It's Billy
oh,
Bonka.
you can call me the candy man. That works
Candyman?
just
Oh,
fine.
okay.
People know who I am. The candy man is perfect.
Your hair is quite marvelous.
Thank you.
Well, good day to you, sir. Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Of
That-
course, that would be delightful, my good friend. And please, if for any reason this fails you, let me know.
Oh, I will.
This man. I don't like downtime, but let me create an entire encounter with a pre-made character.
Who's saying this is downtime, dude? This
Yeah,
could
dude,
be
watch.
necessary.
Watch, we're gonna be fighting the BBEG at the very end, and Candyman's gonna show up with his chocolate launcher and just blow the thing to smithereens.
With Santa Claus.
He's like, I'm
Right.
here to
Right.
kick ass and chew bubblegum. All right. And so do you exit his shop?
Yes.
Okay, you exit his shop. What would y'all like to do now, I suppose? If you want to go back to the tavern, any other shops you want to visit?
Wait, did you say who would you like to do now?
Yes.
Oh.
I would like to do Anphalin. That's me. Wait, I would like to do Vilsarius.
Your dumb is showing.
Your 20 IQ.
No, it's less than that. You have way less than 20 IQ. Like
Is it 10
9.
silver pieces to a gold piece?
Yes, I believe that's the.
The conversion.
Yep.
Dang.
The conversion.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
You are excused. Okay, I meet people back at the tavern. I don't know where everybody exactly went.
All right. You guys regather at the tavern.
If Harper doesn't
guys
show up, I want
see-
to do more leather work.
Okay. You see Gotsmead comes down and he provides drinks and he goes, how has your time here been in Litmos so far, good friends?
Pleasant.
Been great.
Good, good. I trust you
Productive.
haven't gotten in any trouble?
Not particularly. I set down
Excellent.
a bag of chocolates. Wouldn't anybody care for a chocolate?
You see Gotsmead
these-
grabs one.
Made by the Candyman?
Yes. You've heard of him.
Yes. Yes, I have. Mm.
I as well know the Candyman, and I eat chocolate.
So, with that, I want someone to roll a luck check. We're going to see if Harper shows up today
Dibs.
or not. Okay.
Logan dubbed
Can I-
dibbed it.
I want to do it.
Too bad, Logan dibbed it.
Wait,
Dib,
wait,
dib, dib.
Logan Dibbs
And-
did.
I got a
uh,
better roll anyways.
So,
I vote we take his role.
No,
so
Logan
this
dibbed it.
evening, So this evening, Harper does not show up. And Gotsmead, you see, is getting more. His eyes are darting back and forth at people who are in the pub. You see that he looks significantly more tired than he did originally at the tower. In fact, I think all of you could reasonably assume to some extent that Gotsmead has not been getting any sleep at all. This seems like this is a cumulative thing. It's been getting worse.
Can I notice, is there any like magic, or is he exhibiting any signs of, magical sleep prevention or something like that?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana or Insight check. Because you spoke to Gotsmead and he told you that he wasn't pushing himself.
That'd be an 18.
What was that, Arcana or
Arcana.
Perception?
Arcana.
So with an 18 Arcana, you see that based on your understanding of magic, Gotsmead has not exhibited any ability to cast spells, but he is magic. Something about him is intensely magical. You're not exactly certain what.
Can I go? Is Braylon here?
Wait, you rolled an 18? His journal's magical. That's what you're... He's very magical. His journal is very magical as well.
Can I enlist the help of Braylon? Kind of examine
Of course.
Godsmead?
Do you want me to do detect magic or?
Yeah. I want to see if there's like anything that we can glean as to what this magical aura is or where it comes from, and I'll kind of walk you through some techniques for how we might be able to glean that off of him.
At the
And these
same time,
techniques are
Hawthorne and Vilsarius both roll a history check.
Wait, Hawthorne and Vilsarius.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm doing
and
shit.
so it seems, Braylon, when I'm walking you through this, or kind of sharing my knowledge, it seems that I've done this before, but I can't do it now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
8.
8,
What?
Vilsarius? And then Hawthorne, your history?
Oh. That is a 12.
Vilsarius, you said that you've met the Candyman before. You have met the Candyman, but you've not been to Litmos before. And, Hawthorne, you too have met the Candyman, but you don't believe you met him here. You couldn't have. You haven't been here for a while. And if it was him, it was a long time ago.
Okay. How long ago?
Well, definitely within the lifespan of an elf, but you can't really tell if the Candyman is an elf or man. And you haven't seen him. Based on what you remember, you don't remember for certain if he's an elf or a man.
Was I able to glean
Okay.
anything from his class when I was looking at him?
You gleaned that he was not a wizard,
Okay.
in the traditional sense,
Sure.
but he was magical.
Okay.
Is he the god of this world?
No.
No.
Glint in disguise.
Let's just say
dragon.
he's my Tom Bombadil.
Whoa.
No,
That's the dude who played Spider-Man under Robert Downey Jr.
Hey, do, Mary, do. So whoever. So back to the identify. You wanted to cast or identify or.
Detect magic.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, let me see one thing. Spells.
It'll tell you the school of the magic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the
I
school
can
of your
cast identify.
face.
I'll do that. I'll do it as a ritual, I guess.
Okay.
And does he get help for this?
Sure. So you cast, well, it's identify, so it just happens, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But also, Gotsmead sees you casting identify on him.
Oh.
Because if I'm correct, identify has verbal, somatic.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we can do it later. I don't know.
Yeah, it has all. It has all 3 verbal, somatic, and material components. So when you cast identify, Gotsmead will notice that you're casting it on him. I'll give you an opportunity to choose not to cast it, if you want.
I think that I won't do it in the moment, but if there's a time where we can get, how about this? Look, and Logan, you whispered to me that you noticed something, so I say, well, Hawthorne. No, wait. Galen, would you like to go over to the bar and get some drinks with me?
I would, yes. And
Okay.
while we're there, I have an idea.
Gotsmead says,
Coolin.
make sure to put it on my tab.
Oh, well, you're too kind. Thank you.
Nice.
Of course.
Would it be possible to teach him an ancient technique of the spell identify that might revoke his ability to, or pardon me, empower him to cast that spell without the verbal component?
If you roll a DC 22 Arcana check, then I'll allow it.
Who's rolling this, me or Logan?
It'll be
What's your
Logan.
Arcana?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Or could I go for history instead?
Can I also roll Arcana to try to glean and like recreate what he's talking about?
Arcana's good.
Okay, so we'll do Arcana just because it's a spell. If it was a ritual, I would be okay with history, but I think where it's a spell, rather,
It can be ritual, right?
Is it a ritual spell?
Identify says ritual next to it.
Oh, okay, I've been caught. Logan, go ahead and roll your history. DC 22.
Frick, dang it. That
Okay.
is 11.
So with that, you can't fully remember
Hmm.
these sorceress methods
He's
of
on our team.
casting.
I see you saying this. I'm like, well, you know a great deal about magic. Where did you learn such ways of
I
magic?
used to be a very powerful wizard,
Oh,
but with your arcane eyes, look at me now. I'm basically telling you to cast the identify spell on me.
oh, okay. I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, and you can cast that as a ritual, just
Mhm.
as the spell slot, I suppose.
Right.
Is that how it works? If you cast as a ritual, you don't need to use a
It
spell
doesn't
slot.
consume it. No.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so you go ahead and you cast identify on him, and it identifies a completely unmagical human.
Imagine.
Interesting.
And the way
Identify
I was
these
picturing
nuts.
this is like everybody has like go for it, Coolin.
I was gonna say that basically the identify fits because I think if there's no magical property, the identify doesn't land.
Right. Well, yeah. Let me read it.
Guys, I just
You choose not
Asa and Logan mainly. I want you guys to know, I have been on. I got on TikTok for like 2 seconds while I was in the bathroom, and I saw 3 arcane spoilers. So don't get on the internet until you watch them.
All right.
Holy
Noted.
crap! It's bad how much people are spoiling it.
I will say
There's
this,
not even an
Jason.
embargo, huh? What's
If
that?
Nope.
if there's a spell that is affecting Logan, and maybe that's the cause of his not being able to cast magic, I know the spells that are affecting him.
You know the spells that are affecting him?
You
So
learn whether any spells are affecting the item or person and what they are.
Let me hurry and double check my notes.
You learn which spells created it. I guess in the case if it's an item.
Wow.
There are no spells affecting him.
Okay, so yeah, just nothing. I detect nothing from Logan.
Yep.
From Galen.
You get nothing.
And
You
that
lose. Good
that might tickle your brain a little bit.
Hmm.
Because
Would a great wizard lose his affinity for magic?
not only that, it might tickle your brain a little bit because
Well, that was a question. But...
I'm 800 years old. I'm a human. If there's no spell affecting me, how am I 800 years old?
Right. Okay. So
Calisthenics?
So I ask you. So an 800-year-old human that has no magical air about him. Explain. America, explain.
America, explain. Why is this one Kansas, but this one's not Arkansas? What do you mean,
I was
Arkansas?
once a student of my father, Yukon Oddleaf. No, not Yukon.
Hervin.
Hervin, yeah.
Hervin Oddleaf. Yes. Who was one of the great wizards of his time. And I was second only to him.
Would I have
He-
Would I know Hervin through my studies of magic, Payson? Or is this more of a?
Yes. If you
okay.
had any schooling in a
I
wizard,
can't.
Uh-oh, you broke up for just a moment.
am I back now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had gone to any kind of magical, like 3 very
Freaking
powerful.
frick.
Okay.
Did it
You
do it
broke up
again?
half a second, but you're good.
I'm ready to
It's
go.
just like, right as you try to
Who's
exit,
doing
it cuts
it?
out.
Who's doing it?
If you had gone to any type of magical school, you would have learned about three wizards or 3 powerful magic users.
Okay.
Them being Hervin and Arkelos and their master, who is a part of
Okay.
the original party who fought the Lich thousands of
Well,
years
okay.
ago.
Oh, so you are the son of that Hervin.
I am. And a spell once backfired and severed me from the weave. And as a result, my spellcasting ability was ripped away.
And is that also the reason for your longevity?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, though I cannot study myself, because I cannot cast the spells required to study me. So I don't
Well-
know all of the ins and outs of my
Mhm.
life or force or whatever.
Well,
I simply am.
well, if you'd like to impart any knowledge that you learned, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll try my best to help you in any way that I can to solve this quote unquote curse, if you see it that way, that's been put upon you.
And you'll see a look of longing and frustration across his face, where he's like, you can tell when you cast spells, there is a sort of power and a sort of energy that comes with it,
Mhm.
like an understanding that, you know, once I learn this, I can do whatever I want, right?
Mhm.
And you know, you get the impression that Hawthorne once had that ability, like he could have done anything he wanted.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden he couldn't. He was stuck. He couldn't do anything. So you have an understanding that, like, Hawthorne lost a part of himself. And he's resigned himself to the fact that he'll never get that back.
Mhm.
But he'll say, I appreciate that. But I'm not sure that anything can be done for my condition.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Well, I'm here regardless. Now, what were you saying about Godsmeat? Did you want to have me identify something on him?
Yes. Have you not noticed he's somewhat paranoid?
Yes, he seems a little like something's bothering him.
Indeed. I am not entirely convinced it's not magical in nature, his existence. But I cannot check for myself.
Okay. What would you? Yes.
Allow me to try again to teach you how to cast that spell without the verbal component. Por favor.
Por favor.
No, alright.
So I have
If you recite the preamble of the Constitution right now, I'll let you do it.
What
You
if?
can't Google it.
Yeah, it's like I have it. We
No,
the people.
No, it's
You and
It
I know the
says-
exact same song, Turbo.
Yep.
That's why.
in order to form a more perfect union. Alright.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, you
I
got-
watch the blinding white light of
Memory. Establish justice, ensure
Oh.
domestic tranquility, provide for the common
Oh, look at
defense.
you, Mr. Big
Logan,
Man.
it doesn't help when you lean towards the screen like that.
Okay.
Like you could you maybe could have made an argument against the blinding white light, not when you go, we the people, in order to form.
Right. Logan literally grabs his glasses, puts them on, and starts reading.
It'd be even better if, like, out of nowhere he pulls up the actual Constitution and just.
Wait,
We the people.
turn that around and put lemon juice on it.
Hear ye, hear ye!
You have a hair dryer.
He just turns into Nicolas Cage.
We're gonna steal the
Declaration
of
Independence.
We're gonna
I start arguing with a 6-year-old about whether or not my great-grandfather had something to do with Abraham Lincoln's assassination. You don't seem to understand. Right. But, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, can I cast it and try to be inconspicuous?
No.
I would. So I'm not gonna stop you from casting, but because of the nature of the magic, using verbal, material, and somatic components, there has to be, like, if you do a deception check, the DCs are like, I don't even know that I can grant you a stealth or deception just because
Mhm.
you're in an inn. There's a lot of people who will watch you cast the spell, and like Godsmead is waiting for you to bring drinks. I'm just not seeing a world in
Sure.
which he misses it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Could I have him pretend he's casting it on me?
Because I did that earlier.
That could
Mhm.
work. That could work.
Here.
I don't know. I feel like you know when it's being casted on you just because of the nature. Like there has to be
Like, there's not a
a
save, but you
difference.
notice when.
Here.
Right. You
Oh.
notice when you're getting, you know, you're
What was that,
saying
Caleb?
Okay.
here, Caleb?
Yes.
Here.
Does Vilsarius know like that they're doing magic stuff off in the distance?
I think like this is actually an interesting thing because I think that if you look in their direction, I guess you would have seen a spell be cast on Hawthorne. But
We're having a prolonged conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Waiting
like
for our drinks.
right. So like if you had looked over there, I suppose you would it, but I don't know if
And
I-
here's something my character has been wanting to do.
okay.
I've been wanting to ask Godschmied about Hawthorne
uh-huh.
to see if he knows anything about why he's lived so long.
That's funny.
Okay.
Kind of two conversations about.
About the same thing.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been waiting for
Okay.
Hawthorne to kind of be separated from Godschmied
Cool,
so
yeah,
that I
let's do
can
that.
ask
Yeah.
this question.
Sick. Yeah. So go ahead and talk to Godsmead.
Godschmied, do you have a moment?
Of course. Of course.
I've been meaning to ask you about Hawthorne, or I
Yes.
guess whatever his fake name is. Galen.
Yes.
Galen Urso. I've been wondering, as a human, do you know why he's lived so long?
There are not exact documentations of what occurred as Hervin's Hervin's journals and his son's journals only speak about Hawthorne uh, in very different times. Uh, Hervin speaks of Hawthorne as being a skilled like a skilled mage. He speaks of some of the things in which they had worked together with, but it ends abruptly with Hervin's death. There was a mission in which both of his boys were invited on, and that's where it ends. And then after that, Hugh Khan's journals pick up speaking about his acquiring of Ethlodir from Hervin after Hervin's death, and how anyone who is reading the journals should not trust Hawthorne and should fight him immediately. But
F
Hawthorne,
you, Hugh Khan.
but
Hmm.
or basically not fight him immediately, but no Oddleaf should interact as he is no longer part of the same family. Basically, they do not recognize him as
I was disowned.
he was disowned.
So it is
So
assumed that Hawthorne was the cause of the others' deaths.
based on what I'm reading, Hawthorne was either there or involved when Hervin died.
Okay.
That's all assumption. No one knows what happened to Hervin the Odd. No one knows.
Except for me. No, I'm just kidding.
During this conversation, do you cast your spell on Godsmead while I'm communing with him?
And Gotsmead says Among Us VR.
I need help with my math homework.
I hate
I'm an electrical. I'm an electrical.
I hate this new narrative that everyone in Coolin's campaign just ends whatever conversation with Among Us VR. It's like the
Among Us VR, good man. Among
it's
Us
like
VR.
the Errahim like farewell. Among Us VR.
Among Us VR.
And Among Us VR to you too, sir.
If you say it quick enough, it could be
Yeah,
Among Us
misconstrued as
VR.
some elvish thing. Among Us VR.
Among Us VR.
Among Us VR.
Then he leaves. You're like, oh.
Wow.
Oh.
What a polite man.
But anyhow,
Does your spell work when I'm distracting him?
Among Us VR also sounds like Mungosphere.
Or we could just walk up to him and see if we could cast the spell.
Ask him. All right, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ask forgiveness, not permission.
So we'll bring our drinks over to Godsmead.
God,
No, Godsmead. And I'm gonna ask him, Godsmead, as I proffer the drink to him.
let me hurry and double check something before we move forward with talking to him directly.
Okay. Also, to whomever is listening, this music is dope.
Oh, it broke for me.
Oh,
Well, let me
it's
see.
like this really cool Assassin's Creed.
I rejoined. I'm back in.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So I don't trust the AI. So
the AI Google.
So in the DMG or in the DMG it says 2014 DMG. It says they're talking about the suggestion spell, and it says unless a spell has a perceptible effect, a creature might not know it was targeted by a spell at all. An effect like crackling lightning is obvious, but a more subtle effect, such as an attempt to read a creature's thoughts, typically goes unnoticed unless a spell says otherwise. They're saying they're not aware for the suggestion spell. I'm trying to find any exact thing about identify. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know if I should allow it to go unnoticed or if it should. We'll do this.
I
Go
think they
ahead.
just want to cast it on him while walking up. I
Right.
think that's what they said is what they want to do.
Is that what you want to?
I think we're going to talk to him first if we can't do it inconspicuously.
Because like the thing is if he knows he's being identified, he might not want to be identified. You know, that might be a problem for him. And so that's the thing I'm trying to gauge is like if someone is aware, because you know,
Sure.
if you want to ask him, you can. We'll say to tell if he's being identified, we'll do a contested roll. He'll roll Arcana versus he'll roll passive Arcana versus a deception or a stealth, whichever one, a deception or stealth against you, Asa. So if you want to cast it on him without him knowing, we'll leave it up to the dice to decide that. If you want to ask him directly, you can ask him directly.
I think I'll just ask him directly, and if we want more information, me and Logan can come up with something later.
Deal. So we will walk over to Godsmead,
With the
hand him
drinks.
his drink,
Yeah.
and I'll say,
Thank you, gentlemen.
of course. So, my friend, it appears. Are you well?
I'm doing all right. Why do you ask?
You seem tired, and you seem
Oh.
agitated.
Well, I am certainly tired, but I'm just angsty to get going and begin this quest. It's been a long time in the making.
I see. Is it possible that there might be more to it than angst? Do you think?
I suppose anything is possible, really, but I'm pretty. I'm pretty reclusive. The chances of a spell being cast on me or something affecting me that I'm not aware of would
Be quite slim.
It would be quite slim, yes.
I understand. Though there are many powerful mages in the world.
Of course.
Might you be comfortable if we had our friend Braylon cast the identify spell on you and see if there are any magical afflictions plaguing you.
You see, Gotsmead looks at you, and you see he begins to get nervous. But in that moment, he looks over your shoulder, and he goes, "Right there. See that man there in the corner? Standing in
And
the
I'll
corner."
look.
And you turn and you see a human man standing in the corner. Gotsmead says, "I've been worried about that man. Do you know what that man
Why?
is?"
What do I see when I look at him?
You see a human. Go ahead and roll a perception check,
I'm
actually.
assuming that he's just paranoid. That's what my character is going to be thinking.
Okay.
I'm gonna hurl a chair at the man. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a 9. Like,
With a
4 out of
9.
5 rolls are 10 or less.
Are you rolling digitally?
Yes.
I would try to roll physically if you can. I find that digital, I don't trust it. But you look over and you see what looks like just a human man standing in the corner. But Gotsmead is pointing and he is deadly serious. And in this moment, you're going to see Gotsmead spring out of his chair and draw his sword and attack the man as
I
people
stop
begin
him.
freaking out. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Can I
Go
reach out
ahead
and try to stop him?
Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll. So you're gonna do a contested. We're gonna say he's gonna try and slide out. So he's gonna do a dexterity check. Is that
Against an
I think
athletics check?
against an athletics or a strength check? And so maybe what we'll do is Hawthorne, you roll it. Asa, you give him the help action.
Okay.
And you guys also see this. Like, you see as they approach him, like, you guys are pulled into that conversation, then you see him beginning to spring.
Alright, that is an 18 or a 10. Yeah,
Let
18.
me hurry and pull up Gotsmead's sheet. That was an 18, so Gotsmead rolls a 17 on the die. He passes. So Gotsmead is going to slide under your and he's going to rush toward the guy and slice at his leg. You just see him
geez.
think, just slice at his foot, basically. And the guy,
Alright,
like,
I'm gonna draw my sword and try to support him.
all right. And you guys can choose what you want to do. If you like, if you want to attack, whatever you want to do. But you hear people in the inn start to gasp and panic. Everybody roll initiative at this point.
Okay.
I can only see this going well. That is a 14.
Well, for who?
Not us.
Cullen, do you want to?
14.
Are you ready to hear the biggest initiative roll you'll ever hear?
Yeah.
3.
I crashed. That number was so big, I
Yeah.
crashed.
Yeah. I think that means I get 3 turns in initiative, right?
Yep.
Cool.
22.
Caleb? Asa.
8.
Okay. Let me hurry and get all these
Does he
initiatives
still have?
down.
Okay, yeah. I'll let everybody take their turns before I
Now
go.
let me roll the human guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a 15. So let me write that. Let me get this order right. Sorry. Okay, so at the top of the order is Vilsarius, who basically, you see Gotsmead go and get the drop on this guy. He makes a slice on him, and then immediately after that, you are the quickest to react.
Okay. I think immediately after this, he's a very self-conscious kind of guy, so he's always worried about what other people think of him. And so he's going to focus on everyone else in the tavern. So he's just
Okay.
going to immediately just pretty much use all of his turn to pretty much yell out, "Everyone, you need to leave." And
All right.
basically just hurry and get everyone out of there.
So, secret mechanic. At the end of every round, I was going to roll to see how many of the inn members join at some point in the fight. We're going to give them disadvantage on that roll.
Okay.
But you do see that some of them do start to clear out when you say that. Others look angry and look like they might join. And there are a couple that look calm.
Okay. Yeah, so pretty much his entire turn is just going to go to that effort.
Okie dokie. So following that, it's the human's turn. The human's going to draw his sword, and he's going to swing down on Gotsmead. He's going to miss, but he is going to... Oh no, that's all he can do with his turn. So he's going to miss. Following his turn, it's Logan's turn.
I am going to try a disarming strike
Okay.
or a disarming attack.
All right. On Gotsmead.
What should I do, guys? Godsmead or the guy?
You said you were going to aid Godshmead.
Yeah, I was like,
I
that's your
did.
choice to make,
Frick,
man.
he's our guy. He's our guy. All right. We're gonna go for the human. So that's a 23 to
Alrighty.
hit,
23 hits him.
and that is a 12 plus 3, so 15 damage, and he has to roll a check to see if he holds on to his
What's that check?
weapon.
Strength or dex?
Yes, strength.
He rolls a 2,
So he drops it.
so he drops his weapon.
Okay.
Following Hawthorne's turn, it is Gotsmead's turn. Gotsmead is going to disengage and move toward his sword, which, does it say how far away it goes, or does he just drop it when you hit him?
It just drops.
Okay, so Gotsmead is going to, since he doesn't technically have to leave the range of the guy, he's just going to slide over and kick the sword as far away as he can. And then he's going to bonus action.
Power word kill.
He's gonna hide.
Wait, so is the
I'll
guy
roll
dead
this.
or?
Nope, the guy's alive. He just dropped his sword, and Gotsmead is just making sure he doesn't pick it up again.
Oh, okay. So he did have a weapon.
Yep.
We all have weapons.
Sure, sorry.
Yep. Following Gotsmead's turn, it is Ace's turn.
Did Godsmead leave his his book at the table, or does he still have it on him? His
So
journal?
he has his journal on him right
Okay.
now. It's strapped to his side. You
Okay.
know what? Actually, I don't think he would have had the wits about him to pick it up again. So it's still on the table.
Okay. So his attention is not over here.
Nope.
So I have an ability that I can do once a day.
Okay.
And it lets me. Actually, I don't even need to cast it as a ritual, so I'll just cast the spell. Identify. I'll look through the book and I'll use identify.
Okay. So I'm not exactly sure how Identify would proc this, but I'll just describe kind of what it is. You see, I guess, type of magic you read off of this is infernal. Definitely
Yep.
infernal magic coming off of this. But this is a tome. So this is used for journaling purposes, planning purposes, and
Mhm.
has magical significance. But you're not really picking up that it's like magical because it has spells in it. It's magical because of what has been written in it, like the power of the
Okay.
words of what he's been saying.
But
But it's definitely infernal magic.
I can read Infernal. So
Okay.
can I?
So you read in there and you see a lot of things. We'll say that you don't get to read a ton just because your
Sure.
turn's only like 10 seconds. So
Right.
you cast Identify, you flip it open, you read like the first header, and you're seeing he's talking about the Arcana Potentia and plans, and he's talking about Ethledir being the key, the key, the key, and then deal. Those are words that you keep seeing brought up, is deal and the key.
Deal with who? Is it clear?
It's not clear. We're going to
Okay.
conclude
Yeah.
your turn, Asa, and we're going to advance to Chase's turn.
Yeah. Cool.
Bottom of the initiative, baby. Can I
Bottom
go?
of the initiative.
Can I kind of want to do similar to what Vilsarius is doing, but like kind of different. I just want to put myself between everything that's going on with the human and Gotchmead and well, at this point Galen and the like patrons of the tavern, just to see if anyone joins in that I can like,
Okay.
you know. And then
So do you want to hold your turn? Because
I would like to hold my turn,
happens.
yes.
Okay, so we'll hold your turn after the inn's initiative, technically. So we're gonna hurry and roll the inn at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, yes, sir.
Okay. So you see that most of the patrons of the inn choose not to join the fight, but those more calm-looking people that seem different in some way, they do enter the fight. So 2 more people enter. And
Okay.
there's going to be one that enters at 17. Okay.
Human 1.
And then
Human.
one that enters. Okay, another 17. We'll roll that again
Human 2.
after that one. Oh. Dear. Okay, anyways. So with that, at the end of that turn, most of the inn people have cleared out. You see the bartender is standing behind the bar with a weapon in hand, waiting for people to approach. He doesn't look like he's on the offensive. He's on the defensive. Following that, though, it's Caleb's turn at the top of the order.
Okay. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
Well, could I use my turn then? If,
Oh yeah, your turn's next because you held.
Yeah, you're next.
Okay. Do the people who look like they want to join in, do they draw weapons at all?
Yep.
Okay, so we're not doing fisticuffs. We're doing full.
Nope, they drew short swords.
Okay. Then I'll draw my sword and attack whichever one is closest to me. I want to. No, I was like, I kind of want to. Shining Smite, just.
Human 3 is next to you.
But okay, I'll attack Human 3. I'm not gonna Shining Smite because I feel like that's overkill.
Okay.
But I have 2 attacks. One of them is a dirty 20, and the other is a 22.
They both hit.
Okay. So the first one, 2d6 plus 4. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it this way. I have different. Okay, so the first one is 11 damage.
All right.
Slashing. And then the second one is 8 damage slashing.
Alrighty.
And that will be my turn.
That first guy, you slam into him, and you see that some kind of like dark ichor seems to drip from his wound.
Ooh.
Following your turn, it's Caleb's turn, or Vilsarius's turn.
I don't know. At this point, my character is like, he has no idea why Godsmead is attacking this person.
Yeah.
So I think Vilsarius is gonna look for Godsmead. Can he see Godsmead?
Go ahead and roll a perception.
Well, out of curiosity, would Caleb have seen what you just told me?
I wasn't really paying attention. I don't think my
Yeah,
character wouldn't have been.
Okay.
let's go. Yeah, he didn't see that, so go
Alright.
ahead and roll your perception against Godsmead's stealth.
Does a 21 see him?
You see him. He's kind of tucked right underneath a table, getting ready to strike at the human.
Okay. I want to run up to him as fast as possible and just be like, Gottschmied, what are you doing?
He goes, "We must kill these people. They are trying to kill us, or rather me."
You attacked first. I didn't
I
see
did
any
because
aggravation.
I noticed him first. Following that turn, it's going to be the second human's turn. This is the one you attacked, Turble. It's going to look at you, and it's going to hit you twice, or try to. That's a 21. That's a 19. Does
Both
that
hit.
hit?
Yeah.
Both hit? Okay, so 21 and a 19, you take... You take 15 damage.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's not too bad.
15?
15 damage.
I'm trying to find
And-
what... Oh, I found it. Never mind. Oh, and that's a bonus action. Oh, that's good to know.
Let me read this. You see that this doppelganger...
Oh,
you see
well, we
that
know what
this
they are
one-
now.
Yep, we know what it is now. Dang it. So you see that this one is going to... No! You see that this thing clutches its stomach, and at this point, all of them are going to drop the facade. You see that they are all these gross, alien, smooth-looking creatures that their form shifts and changes from human as they begin attacking.
I won't lie. I probably wouldn't have registered that you said doppelganger if you didn't go, oh.
Dude. So stupid. Rotten.
This is
Absolutely
doppelganger. Oh.
rotten. Anyhow, okay, so after that one, it's the second one. It's going to go toward, that's basically what they look like. Let's see if I can paste them.
More from X-Men.
But you see that the second one is going to try and attack Hawthorne, who is near the one that he just disarmed. That's a 19 again, and that's a 21 again. Does that hit both of you, or hit you both times?
So if my armor class is 19.
Okay, so if it matches it, it hits.
Okay, then both hit.
You're going to take 12 damage.
Easy.
Following...
Half health.
Oh, they're all clumped together. Following that one's turn, the one in front of Gotsmead is going to go, and it's going to slash at... It's going to slash at Hawthorne as well. That's a 17, so that misses. That's a 22, so that one hits. He's going to do 8 damage to you.
Okay.
Following that one's turn, it is now your turn, Hawthorne.
I am going to swing around and try to trip him.
Okay.
By swinging my greatsword at his legs. The one that just
whose
hit me.
weapon? Okay. All right. What does he have to roll?
A 15.
Strength.
Oh,
Dex.
but I miss. I got a nat 1.
Okay.
These virtual dice.
Do you have 2 attacks, Logan? As a
Oh,
level
yes,
5
I do.
fighter?
Yeah, I was like, you should.
Okay.
Frickin' a 6
using-
plus
stop
7.
using
Yeah,
virtual
I'm going to switch gears here and dig into my stores here.
All right.
Yeah.
He's given up.
So you
Frickin'
watch Hawthorne swing at this guy, and he jumps back, avoiding the hits. Following that, it's Gotsmeed's turn, who's going to swing out at the first guy, who's already done a little bit of damage too. All right, you see him jump out and lunge with his sword, and he does. Let me hear him roll his damage. I've only got one of each dice here. Okay. Oh. So he hits him and does. What's his sneak attack? He does 24 damage to the first one, and it drops dead on the ground. Following Gotsmeed's turn, it's Ace's turn, or Braylon's turn.
Braylon, do better than I did, please. Por favor.
Ayúdame.
Let me think. You said that there were some spells in this book.
There aren't.
There aren't. Okay. In that case, I don't want to leave his journal now, knowing that there's people around here. So I will keep his journal on me, so nobody steals it.
All right.
But
Good
so
idea.
Did you say all the doppelgangers are clumped together?
So two of them are next to each other. One of them is further away. But Amphalin is next to the two that are next to each other.
Okay. Let's see. I will probably cast.
Among Us VR.
We'll cast. I am the imposter. I run away with the journal.
Judith!
That's a roguish move right there.
That's a
Gotsmeed would be proud.
Gotcha.
But Leif
Yeah.
would be disappointed.
Actually, I'll stow the book and then I'll run up and I will cast Green Flame Blade.
All right.
On the one.
Oh,
I'll
shoot.
pull out the axe that's on my back, and I will, I'll attack
And you have my axe.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. Natural 20.
That hits.
Okay.
Why the frick can't
Roll
I
again.
roll like that?
Roll again. Oh, yeah. 8. Actually,
Okay.
almost a 20, yeah. Again.
Dang.
So, I will roll that damage plus the green flame blade.
And you'll
Bling,
roll
bling,
all
blade.
those dice twice.
Okay,
Bling, bling,
okay.
blib.
Blim, blim, blim.
Bling, bling, blib.
Blim, blim,
Let him
blim.
rip.
Okay, I have a question. If I have the book on me, do I actually
Yeah.
have to be holding it, or can I hold because I have the Warcaster feat, and if I have it prepared, do I have to be looking at the spell, or can I just, because it is my focus, do I just have to have it on me?
So I think because you're scribes, your book floats, right?
Does it? Okay,
So-
okay. Then in that case, do I even have to take the Warcaster feat?
Warcaster feat allows you to maintain
weapon.
concentration as
Yeah,
well.
so it does a couple other things.
I would hold on to it.
Okay,
but-
yeah. I'll do it regardless. Okay, so I'll swing with both my hands. I just wanted to make sure.
Okie dokie.
Get my D10 out. Okay. Let's just roll it on here. That's easier. Hey, look at that. 13. And then the spell. That is nice having it all right here. Oh, wow. 8 for the green flame blade. So that is 21 for the first attack on the first guy.
Okay.
And so on a hit, the target suffers weapons attack. The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. So it can jump to the next guy.
Okay.
And
So the
so-
first guy you hit was the one that Amphalin had hit. So
Okay.
that one dies. That one falls and dies. The second one takes a little more damage before it perishes.
So it's a 1d8. Okay, so the first one perishes and then the next one just gets hurt.
Yep.
Okay, and it's a 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier for the second guy.
Alrighty.
He will just take 4 damage.
All right. You see, he takes 4 damage.
Okay.
You see the green flame leaps from the first guy and hits the other guy. Following that, it's Chase's turn.
That's not my name.
Amphalen's turn. Get it.
Okay, so
Caleb, can you edit that out?
No.
so one of the 2 by me died because Asa just
Yep.
killed it.
There's
Okay.
only the one left now.
Oh, it's so 2 of them are dead.
Yep. His name is Doppy3.
Doppy 3.
We'll be chef.
In that case, I'm
Don't
not.
be the third elf.
In that case, I'm not really gonna worry about defense. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Shining Smite, and I'm going to. Now we decided, correct, Colin, that I can put that Shining Smite on whichever one I want after I've rolled the dice.
You can roll to see
Roll-
if you've hit
Yeah.
before you
Roll to
So
hit,
it
and
doesn't
then you can
consume a
decide.
spell slot. Yeah, it doesn't consume a spell slot unless you hit with it.
And I'm so glad that we decided that because that's a natural 20.
Sick.
That one's an 8, so
So you'll double all the die for
yeah.
that one. So the
So-
first one,
Well, the second one doesn't hit because, well, maybe it does. It was a 15, but I doubt it.
that hits.
Oh, that does?
hits.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
So then we're gonna do my great sword is 2d6 plus 4, so we're just doing double dice, not double damage, right?
Yep, double dice.
Okay, so then I'm gonna roll this one for my first attack. That is 10, and then that is 9, 10, 14, plus 4, 8, 12, 12. Let's see here. Okay, so we have 32 slashing. And then for the radiant from Shining Smite, that'll be another 4d6, which is 15. So 15 radiant on top of all that. You're muted.
That kills him.
Yippee!
And so, with the death of the doppelgangers, Gotsmead comes out from under the table again, and he goes, "This is why I've been paranoid. These are agents of Aeseldor that have bled in from the other planes, and they are everywhere, and we don't know what they are, and they're working against me."
Gottschmied, how did you know that they were doppelgangers?
Yes,
Because
I
I've-
doubted you.
Because I've been fighting them for a long, long time. Gotsmead has advantage against. He has advantage against being charmed. And doppelgangers, the way that they make sure that people can't recognize them, because they do look a little odd, is by forcing you to do wisdom checks, basically.
Hmm.
It's like I look at your passive insights. If it's high enough, you might be able to see beyond that.
So are they? Is it more of an illusion rather than a?
My
Yes.
brother's locked out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I also have advantage against being charmed.
Okay, sick. So basically, it says they you have charisma checks against the guy. So basically, they can be whatever it is you want them to be.
Oh,
Basically, they can look into whatever you want them to be as long as it's a humanoid.
maybe Sydney Sweeney. Eh,
Yes, Asa, they could be
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney.
Perform chest compressions.
But yeah, it's something like that. Like it's a read thoughts things, and if they can successfully read your thoughts, they make it
Hmm.
difficult for. It makes it harder for you to see through their stuff.
Okay.
So and they can do it through walls. So as long as they know their target. And I think Gotsmead, like the idea behind it is that he is familiar with what they do, and so he can tell when they're trying to pry on his mind. And he will, and you guys will too after this. You guys will be able to recognize doppelgangers way easier. But with that, we're going to conclude our session there. To be resumed.
Will you just give me the last 2 minutes that I missed?
Gotsmead consents when there's doppelgangers around, and
Okay.
you guys will get advantage on doing that as well soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
So,
Cool.
but that's it.
Very good session.
Good session, you guys. Good
Terrible session. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Turble, can I meet with you in the Dungeon Master's
Denied.
DM voice for a minute?
You're in
I
trouble.
need to be there.
Oh,
I
he's
can't
in
wait to
trouble.
kill Turble.
You already killed my character at the start.
Oh no! Por
That's true, he's
favor,
been dead the
no!
whole time. But yeah, thank you guys for playing, and thank you,
Thank you.
Asa, for going into the Candyman shop. I appreciate it.
Kind of hard not to. There's this big pink building. I enter immediately.
I just thought it was funny that Cooland was like, no downtime whatsoever. And then Gottschmied later, I hate downtime. I like just moving and getting things done. I'm so
Right.
anxious about getting this thing started.
And then I did realize, like, there's not a lot of downtime in the future sessions, other than like traveling RP time. But
Yeah.
like, as soon as I say no downtime, I'm like, okay, and so now you guys have a couple days of downtime waiting for Harper to get here. But, anyways,
I thought it was funny.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for next session and the whenever it happens.
yeah.
I feel like I gotta nail down what my character's voice is because I feel like it changes every session.
Motivations you said.
I think you really just gotta lean into the
No.
raspy and gnarly.
Torbeck.
Torbeck.
Torbeck.